Hi. Hello. So I am back with the updates and I am a day late. Oh, hi. Okay, I see people coming in now. Hello, Blacka Two-Tone. Hello, darling. Hi, everyone. So I'm just going to wait a little bit so more people come in before I kick off the conversation. Mhm. Hi, MPRS. Welcome to the live. Hi, K Wayne. Welcome. Nina, hi. Oh, you're from Jamaican. Nice meeting you. I'm from Nigeria, but I guess you maybe already know that. Hi, Pookie. Hi, LB. Hi. Nice seeing you again. Welcome to the conversation. See Ramon. Hi, welcome. Love your work. Thank you, Nina. I appreciate you. LB says she's from California. How's California this beautiful? Okay, it's definitely not evening. I'm guessing night, right? Night because you guys are like 6 hours. See behind or ahead now. I've forgotten. Nice joining us. Thank you, Miss LB. Okay, so we have enough people now. I can start the conversation. We are not going to waste any time. We're just going to like quickly rush into it. But first of all, I want to apologize for the live being 24 hours late. This was supposed to happen yesterday, but yesterday I was not feeling all that great. So I decided to postpone to today, hence why we're doing it today. Hello, Dana from Ohio. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Okay, so yeah, as you guys saw from the thumbnail, you saw from the title, there's been an update, and this is going to be interesting. We're going to, be snappy with it. Let's get into it. So we left off last time with the conversation with Issa. Remember Issa, right? Issa asking Africans, people from Botswana, asking Trax for proof that he was actually invited by the Botswana government to come to Botswana. But just for a quick recap about everything that's been going on for people who are maybe joining us for the first time and are hearing about this entire situation for the very first time. So here's the quick breakdown. Let me look at the camera. Even though I don't know how to look at cameras, I get shy when I look at cameras, but let me try. And now it's even worse because I'm live. See myself not even paying attention to where the mic is situated. My goodness, I'm such a mess. Okay, so there's this guy on TikTok. His name is Trax. He says he's a half Jew, half Muslim man, even though we don't know what the hell that means to be half of two religions, but that's what he is, right? And he's a jeweler and he's famous on TikTok. He has about two followers on TikTok and he makes content around jewelry, so gold, diamond, silver, all of that, right? And I should have maybe put his picture up, but I did not prepare that. I'm so sorry. So around last year thereabout, he made this video in Sierra Leone where he was at a diamond mine, and the entire thing was looking not very good because the people at the diamond mine were mining in not so good conditions, right? They were not well dressed, like heated up, and they were not using the right equipment and all of that. And he was not only was he at this diamond mine, he was also at the diamond mine with an alleged problematic diamond dealer. So when that video went live and it started gaining traction, people started calling him out, saying like, calling him out and accusing him of being an alleged, I'm using these words for legal purposes, right? Alleged, accused, all of that. So people start accusing him of being a blood diamond dealer, because here you have him at the mine with African people in Sierra Leone. By the way, he was in Sierra Leone in a mine, a diamond mine in Sierra Leone. So people started accusing him out. A couple of videos were made here and there of being a blood diamond dealer because of how the entire setup looked. And at the time, it did not really gain that much traction like that, even though a couple of people here and there made videos. It did not really blow up. And I don't think he even addressed any of these people because it wasn't a big deal like that back then. Maybe he did. I'm wrong. I don't know if he did. So yeah, from what I know of, I don't think he addressed any of the videos that were made before. Until sometime over a week ago, came in a brother called Issa. Now, Issa got wind of the situation with that video he's made, another video that looked sketchy to him. And of course, when he shared the videos with us, they looked like, side eye, Trax. What are you doing, really? This is the energy. So Issa made a couple of videos talking about the situation and saying this guy, it looks like he's a blood diamond dealer, right? And all of that, the videos he made went viral, and more people came into the conversation. It started gaining traction and momentum, and eventually, the Trax guy, the jeweler, the alleged, the one who's being accused of being a blood diamond dealer, got wind of the situation. And he started, saying, oh, he's not, and being combative, using swear words and, insulting the Issa guy, calling him a bomb, a rat, a cockroach, all of that, right? And that made the entire situation even worse. Yeah, that made the entire situation even worse. But then down the line somewhere came another brother, another brother who decided that, regardless of everything that we are all seeing, hence why the majority of people, even non-Black, non-African people, were like, yeah, I see what, Issa is saying. What the majority of people were seeing that made them start giving the Trax guy the side eye. Everybody was seeing it. So the majority of people were, I would say, not really digging Trax, right? The majority of people, not just Africans, not just the African diaspora, but also non-Black people were in on the matter, and they were like, yeah, this is weird. And but regardless of all of that, regardless of all that we were seeing, Shadow, the second guy, the second brother, came in and he was like, nope, none of this looks weird to me. I don't see what you people are talking about. I am actually going to take the side of the Trax guy. And which he did. The energy was giving those people who just like, okay, I see everybody going here. I see why everybody's going here. I just want to be different. Like, I just want to be different. So I'm just going to go this way. That's the energy he was giving, because none of it made sense why he was going here when everybody was going here. The majority of people were going here. But that's what he did. And Africans did not really, Africans were like, you are definitely a coon. You are giving house Negro. You are giving us SLAVE. You are UI sellout. Some people even accuse him of getting paid, because the hell, they can't believe that he's doing this for free. You must have been paid for this. So all of that went down. And at some point in time, just to, should I say, conclude on the summary I'm giving here, the Trax guy basically started backtracking. He started backtracking, talking about, he was in Botswana and he was invited to Botswana by the Botswana government. Even though, like we saw him in Sierra Leone, he didn't want to really talk about Sierra Leone like that. He started talking about Botswana, how he was invited there by the government, and he went there to help the people. So Issa, the original brother that called him out, okay, not the original because people had called him out before, but the brother whose call out went viral, I would say. And Botswana people and Africans in general started asking us, okay, you said you were invited to Botswana by the Botswana government. Show us the evidence that the Botswana government invited you and that you were in Botswana. Because if the government would, if the government invites you, there would be later some kind of official documentation showing these invites. And when you go to meet them, you know how government meetings go. They take pictures, there'll be videos and all of that. So show us the evidence of all of that. And man was literally not able to show us any evidence. And that's why we are here now, because he eventually came up with an evidence. So now that I've given you guys the quick rundown, even though this rundown took 10 minutes, my goodness, how did I how did I do this for 10 minutes? Yes, I'm feeling better, MPRS. Thank you very much. So he eventually came up with an evidence. I'm talking about Trax, an evidence of the government, because when people were asking, oh, show us evidence, show us evidence, show us proof that you were invited, show us, all of that, he eventually did that. And also, he, started talking about how he doesn't get his diamonds from Africa. He gets his diamonds from, New York and the Indians, and he mentioned some other people. But then again, there is an evidence of you in Sierra Leone in a diamond mine. So it wasn't really I would say the, alleged evidence was not really, adding up for him, was not helping Trax in the situation. But now back to, the video he submitted as his, should I say, evidence for being in Botswana, as per his, talk about he was invited by the Botswana government. This was what he shared.
And you look what diamonds have done for the country.
What is happening? Remove first. That's the stage. What's happening with the volume? All these technicalities. Wahala. Give me a second, guys. The video will be up now.
And you look what diamonds have done. You take a country like Botswana, and you look what diamonds have done for the country. I am a product of diamonds. I'm sitting here.
So this is what he shared. Remember, the Botswana people, Issa, Africans in general, African diaspora, everybody was asking this guy of the proof he has that he was invited by the Botswana government to come to Botswana, or rather to go to Botswana. And this was what he submitted. On the video, he wrote up there like a caption saying, "This is me with the Minister of Mines of the Botswana government." That's what is in this video. So let's continue. So this is his video claiming, the evidence, him saying that this is the evidence of his invite by the Botswana government. Not an official letter, no, nothing like that. Like, yeah, this is it. Him having a sit down with one other white guy and, this person, this brother, man, African man, he's claiming to be the minister of mines of Botswana.
Whether we're talking education or talking health, the impact on the Botswana environment, the impact on Botswana society, I think the consumer needs to appreciate the impact of that decision to buy, etc.
Excellent. Now, tell me something, in the real world out there,
right?
The Gen Z know what Botswana is?
They don't know about Botswana, and they should, because you're the only person who gave me this very important fact.
I think that guy in the middle is Rappaport. Why did I not confirm this information before even starting the live? I think that guy in the video in the middle there, the white one, is Rappaport. So you have the African brother to the left, the African man to the left, right? Who is supposed to be the Minister of Mines. And according to Trax, He's not, by the way, but we'll get there. Then you have that white guy in the middle. I think that is Rappaport. Yeah. Then Trax at the far right.
That 80% of the capital coming into Botswana is from diamonds, and it's supporting one of the strongest economies in Africa. The public doesn't know that at all. I didn't know that. I've been in the diamond business for 20 years. So that's a big piece of information that should be marketed properly, because right now the consumer thinks that diamonds are bad for Africa.
Let me see. Yeah, that was Rappaport. This entire video, whatever, was done by Rappaport, I'm guessing, allegedly. I think I'm speculating here. Maybe the Rappaport company and whatnot, because there's no way if this entire meeting again, right? He said he was invited by the Botswana government. If there is going to be anybody spearheading, I would think the recording and documentation of this meeting, as we've seen by this video, if this truly was set up by the Botswana government, I would think it's the Botswana government that's going to be in charge of like the videoing and whatnot, and maybe it's their name that's going to be showing at the end here. But what we're seeing is Rappaport. But then again, I don't know, right? I don't know. But this man for sure, the African man that was in this video, the one we saw at the beginning, this one is not the Minister of Mines. This man is not the Minister of Mines. And we had Botswana people in the comments saying, no, that is not the Minister of Mines. And then this, of course, did not help the Trax guy and his case. And I just want to add this at the beginning of this video. It's been over a week now, I believe, since this entire thing started. If all of this has been a lie, one would think that by now we'll be hearing about lawsuits from his end. Or is it just me? If all of this that he's being accused of is a lie, because there are people publicly speaking about this, why have we not heard that he's suing people? Nobody's gotten sued yet. Issa has not gotten sued for either defamation or spreading misinformation on any of all these legal terms that they use to categorize what people are getting sued for, right? So that says a lot. But let's continue. This is what Issa had to say to this particular clip.
And you
This man, Metla Masiri,
education or taking health, the impact on the Botswana environment, the impact on Botswana society, I think the consumer needs to appreciate the impact of that decision to buy, etc.
my dude, why do you lie so much? You actually posted that video and said that's the Minister of Mines in Botswana? This man, Metla Masire, who's a managing director of a mine, Metla Masire, who used to work for De Beers, who right now has nothing to do with the government, who is a private individual, who is the manager, who basically is the CEO of a mining company, is who you tagged as the Minister of Mines in Botswana.
You see, now it's starting to make some sense, isn't it? Of course, that setup wasn't done, allegedly, by the Botswana government. The man there, the African man there, wasn't or isn't the Minister of Mines. Then we have Rappaport. I believe that was Rappaport in the middle. Then we have the Trax guy at the end, far the right, right? And we saw when the video came to an end that, I think it's property of the Rappaport's organization. And now we're finding out that the African man there that is Trax wants us to believe he is the Minister of Mines. It was actually a manager of a mine. And he used to do business with the bears.
By the way, people, this is the real Minister of Mines in Botswana, Lefoko Maxwell Moagi. So that guy that he just posted, that's like me posting the CEO of Chase and saying, this is the Treasury Secretary. This is me taking the CEO of Chase Bank or Bank of America to a foreign nation and assuming everybody there is so stupid. And I say, oh, this is the Secretary of Treasury in America. That man is a private individual who is the CEO of a mining company who used to work for De Beers. This is the minister. Why are you lying to the public? You are on a panel with a private individual.
Lying on a public platform. Like, we don't have, none of this information is not public. Like, how can you lie that someone is the minister of something in the country when that can easily be found out? Lina says they think we're easily fooled these days. Exactly. These people think we don't have sense. Like, okay, even if the rest of Africa would not be able to figure this out, which we can because there's the internet. You can easily Google who is the minister of mines, who is the minister of wherever, who is the president of wherever. Like, these are things that you can fact check, you can look up yourself. But he so boldly in 2024 posted that video and wants us to believe that that's the minister of mine. Like, we can't find the truth, like we cannot cross-check this information. It's crazy. It's insane. It's either he thinks we are dumb or maybe he's dumb. Yeah, that's another way to look at this, you know. It may actually be that, oh, maybe he doesn't think we're dumb. Maybe he's dumb enough to believe that he can make us believe that that's the guy. Maybe that's how not so smart the guy is. That could actually be what is playing out here.
Damn, dude. A special shout out for the brother from Botswana who came in my DM to point that out. Thank you for that. You've also educated me on a lot about Botswana. Thank you. Exploiter. Anyway.
And yeah, that's that. That didn't go well. That's still on his page though, on the Trax guy's page. Like, we did not already catch him in the lie. It's still there in his comments, talking about some. This entire situation has been like crazy. And he continued to make more videos. But guess what? Wait, because like there's a point where you start to see him. I would say he got humbled, for lack of a better term. Yeah. But for now, this entire time, according to the order of events, he was like posting and posting and posting. And the next thing he did was this video. Next thing he posted was this video.
Diamond, they're right here. You ever want to see a rough diamond? They're right here. Very interesting rough coming straight from Botswana. Look at these big boys right here. 80% of foreign revenue.
Again, Rappaport. Martin Rappaport. That's the guy there in the suits with a bow tie and a red face cap. Like, this is what I'm saying. This guy is either two things. It's either he thinks we are dumb or he's actually the dumb one. Because how can you be on the hot seat right now with everything that's going on, and in your mind you go, yeah, I think I should show more videos of myself with Rappaport. Like, somebody is feeling bad, whoever his PR team is, if he has one. Like, I don't know if I don't know what's going on here, but this is like, if if this were me, it can never be me. But if this were me, the last thing I would want to do after this is continue to show videos of myself with Rappaport. But that's what he did, right? That's what he did. And again, now he's focusing heavily on Botswana. But the entire thing that caused this, the video that caused this controversy or situation for him was the video of him in Sierra Leone. Now he's trying to make it seem like he gets all of his diamonds from Botswana, when we know that's not the case, because we have a video of him in Sierra Leone, in the mines in Sierra Leone. We saw him and Rappaport today. Rappaport, the constant cane. But now man wants to make us believe that, oh, it's only from Botswana that we get our diamond. And you'll see why later, because Botswana, they were able to nationalize their diamond. I think they have a more better arrangements going on for them for their mining than what is going on in Sierra Leone. They have a more better system. Everything has more control. Of course, there is still going to be, you know, shady things going on to some degree. But if you were to compare Botswana to Sierra Leone, Botswana is like better with their arrangements, with their system for their resources, right? And that is something that I feel like he's trying to use to say, oh, we're getting from Botswana, trying to make us forget that he was in Sierra Leone. Because when you think, oh, is Botswana is getting his stuff from, oh, he must have been getting it legally in an ethical manner, right? But two things can be right at the same time.
And there are millions of people who get health care, education, clean water, roads. It's the most modern country in Africa. It's the leader of democracy in Africa. And it's because of those diamonds.
Right? So you want those natural diamonds from Botswana? Those are the best type to have.
His Excellency President.
He's just trying to make us forget the fact that he was in a Sierra Leonean mine where we could see workers mining in poor conditions and getting like coins basically for all of their labor and their resources. That's what he's doing with all of these Botswana clips, trying to make us forget that that video exists.
Those are the best type to have.
His Excellency President Masisi of Botswana. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So we're going to play a fun game called Real or Fake, where I'm going to read you some statements and you're going to tell me, are they real or fake? All diamonds are blood diamonds.
Fake. We have diamonds from Botswana, and none of them come close to being blood diamonds. They are far from that because they're diamonds for development.
Lab grown helps support countries like Botswana.
Fake. Absolutely fake. First, they're not diamonds. Two, they're dirt cheap.
Botswana harnesses its natural resources for wealth and development.
Absolutely true. Well, everybody you see here, everybody who's gone to school, everybody who's been through a hospital, every drug therapy that's administered in people in hospitals, all roads, teleco, from diamonds.
Child slavery is a common issue on natural diamond mines.
Completely fake. Utterly fake. A lot of our mines are close to mechanized, using a lot of very well trained, very well paid, well looked after people who live.
So you guys are seeing the difference between Botswana and their diamond mining arrangements and system from Sierra Leone. Like I said earlier, Botswana have a far more better, sophisticated arrangement and system than what's going on in Sierra Leone, right? But that's not to say, I personally would not say still that there is no like zero exploitation going on, because like, let's come on, there might be some shady there might be some shady-ish going on. But then again, is it at the same rate? Can you compare it to what's going on in Sierra Leone with how it is in like Sierra Leone? Definitely not, right? Hence why he's trying to shove Botswana in his face when he knows damn well that that's not the only place he gets his diamond from. Kudos to Botswana for what they are doing with their diamond mines and all of that. And I really want to believe the president when he says that all our workers get paid very well. I really do want to believe that. But then again, let's be realistic. If we should be realistic. But I would say believe politicians at your own risk. That's all I'm going to say, because they come out and say one thing in front of the camera, and we know damn well it's a different thing that's happening behind closed door. So believe politicians at your own risk. I know I don't believe none of them. I don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But is the system in Botswana better than what's going on in Sierra Leone? Yes. Are people in Botswana, the miners in Botswana, getting paid better? Yes. But can I say 100% that it is the best? I can't say that. And if I know how politicians work and how selfish they are and how they like to hoard everything for themselves, you know, I still have my side eye, bombastic side eye thing going on, because then again, like you can't really 100% believe these people.
Very successful lives for themselves and their families.
And I've personally been to a Rapa mine in Botswana, so I can say for myself that it is totally fake.
Yes.
Thank you so much for playing Real or Fake with President Masisi.
Thank you.
So this is the second video man posted, right? Trying to, what's the word? Plead his case, prove to people that he's not dealing on Blood Diamond mine. My question is, I'm sorry, Blood Diamond. My question is, what does this video, all of this he's posting, what do any of this have to do with Sierra Leone? None of the Botswana videos he's posting gives any answer to what's actually going on in Sierra Leone, what he was doing in Sierra Leone. This doesn't, but that's what he's doing, and this is what Issa had to say.
It's because of those diamonds.
You're going through what I would consider a major PR crisis.
That's why I
And you
said.
chose to upload a video of Martin Rappaport?
Mm.
Martin Rappaport? This Martin Rappaport?
We're here, and I'm here with Martin Rappaport to explain what that's all
There's a
about.
reason God gave diamonds to the poorest people in the world and made the richest desire them. Fixing that connection is what the diamond business is really about.
That Martin Rappaport that just said there is a reason that God gave us poor.
Okay, so I just want to quickly respond to a comment I saw. The Juma says Botswana actually just renegotiated a new deal. So the president is right. It is imperative not to paint everyone with a broad brush. Yeah, and I agree with you, the Juma. And this is not me saying that, like, definitely the president is shady. I'm just saying that, like, politicians, we know how politicians be. And I can't personally speak on that, yes, 100% that everything down there is like pancha good, right? Because sometimes that's not always the case. And I draw attention to that, not to discredit anything that the Botswana government is doing, because like I said, they are doing an excellent job if you want to compare, right? But still, I feel like we need to pay more attention, because most of the time, from what we've seen from our politicians, they're not always, like, truthful with the things that they do. So while I commend what he's doing and I am down with it, right, at least from what I see on the surface, there is also going to be that talks of, is this really the case? And I feel like as a people, we do need to be paying more attention, even because somebody comes out and says something either online or in a video, regardless of who the person is, we should, like, investigate more and make sure that what is being said is actually what is going down, because sometimes it's not the case. It's like, what is his name now? My president. I just call him my president, like I'm owning the guy. It's like me saying, if we hear Tinubu, for example, the president of Nigeria, come out and say, yes, we have like a system. It's not that great, but see how confused I am now thinking about the system we have. Yes, we have, like, workers that are getting paid. We have for, either the sourcing of oil and the drilling and all of that. We have people who earn in the millions, right, in this country. They are well taken care of. Just like the the president of Botswana was speaking on how the people who are working in these mines in Botswana are well taken care of. They are paid, but there are still people in this same Nigeria who are not. There are still the same people. There are still people in the same Nigeria who are not. There are people who, because of the drilling that's going on, are getting affected. The Niger Delta is a and I live in the Niger Delta. The pollution is crazy down here. So, like, while all of this is true, there are still adjustments that can be made. That's all I'm saying. And again, it's not always true that from our history with our leaders, we know it's not always true that what they say 100% that's how it is. And I'm not saying no that the president of Botswana is a bad guy, is not doing anything, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that as long as there's greed, and greed make people do like very wicked things sometimes. And I'm just saying we should pay attention to it. Botswana actually just renegotiated a new deal. So the president, okay, no, I'm rereading what I've read before. The deal is due to a renegotiated. Okay, the deal is due to be renegotiated in a few years. Botswana also have diamond polishing value addition. No more shipping of raw materials. One day Maya actually did a video on this. Okay, that's nice. Let's continue.
Poor Africans the diamonds and gave you rich whites the desire. And your job is bridging that desire. He still hasn't talked about what that reason is. I think the reason is that it is your right. It is your God-given right. But that's who you chose right now? What is wrong with you, dude?
Right? So you want those natural diamonds from Botswana? Those are the best type to have.
His Excellency President Masisi of Botswana, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Botswana discovered diamonds in the 60s. You know why Botswana succeeded? One of the first things Botswana did as soon as they realized they had diamonds was they nationalized their diamonds. But see, Botswana is still an African country. Africans are still run by foreign corporations. So do you know who owns the other 50% of Botswana? Botswanan diamonds? De Beers. De Beers. So the reason Botswana is successful is because it nationalized its mines. And De Beers came in quite hot in time to grab 50% of it.
See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, if another group of people have control over 50% of the diamonds in Botswana, to me, I still believe that that's not the best arrangement we can have. That's 50% being taken away from the Botswana people. Yes, the system, the arrangement is nice, but there's still room for improvements. De Beers having 50% rights over the diamonds in Botswana is still crazy. That's still some kind of exploitation going on, in my humble opinion, because you are robbing the Botswanan people 50% of what they deserve. That's what I'm saying. If what brother is saying is true, right? Because I've personally not looked this up. So I'm going to be honest. Like, I can't say, oh, that's 100% true. I've not checked it. But if what he's saying is true, that's still exploitation going on there. In my humble opinion, no, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. I don't think a country like the US of A, for example, will allow another group of people to come into their country and own 50% of whatever it is that they have. I don't think they would allow that kind of thing to happen. But that's something that can happen on the continent, even in a country like Botswana that is more sophisticated than Sierra Leone, for example. Why? Because these people create the system so they have the chance to come in at any point in time and have whatever percent that they can have. It's still shady. That's not, no. I want 100%. But then maybe it's just me. Maybe there are people who think that this is dope and this is the best that we can have and we should be good with it. I feel otherwise.
Dude, we've already covered all of these. Do you have a short memory? We've covered all of these. Let's move forward. Do you have any new information? Are you going to address anything, or should I up the ante? Because if you thought I let it go, I'm just gonna up the ante. So by Monday, if there's nothing new, we're gonna up the ante. Okay?
So what's new? Because there's more. Then he started posting videos like this. Okay, so the Jume responded. He said, of course, it is are trying to fix decades of neo-colonization. These are what the AES are trying to fix. 100, and I agree with this. Like, I see we agree with each other to a degree. So yeah, like, let's continue to do this is what I'm saying. Let's continue to do this is what I'm saying. Let's continue to fix the problem and have full ownership and control of all our ish. So yeah, I agree with you. Me, I'm watching this thinking, what is this supposed to mean? Like, what does this help? But then this is Trax, and this is what he's doing to prove that he's a good person, I guess, and not a blood diamond dealer. I think this is in Botswana. We don't know when this video was recorded. I'm alleging that this is Botswana. Sorry, Sierra Leone. Pardon me. I'm alleging that this is Sierra Leone. I don't know when this was recorded, but if I were to guess, I don't think this was recorded recently. I think this is one of maybe his old clips he has in his archive or something, and he's just pulling them out now as the evidence of how he's not a blood diamond dealer. I don't know how you going to a school and making the teachers and the students come out and sing welcome to you is going to prove that you are not a blood diamond dealer as you are being accused of. And this is another behavior I see happening on the continent that really, really irritates me. This is when you go to a place fishing for praise and worship, that's the energy this is giving to me. That's this is some kind of like white savior arrangement. This right here is that white saviorism that they are talking about, because like, what the hell is this? And there he is, smiling and making faces like he's actually doing something here. Ijembu is asking, who allows this to happen? It's the state of the country, poverty that allows this to happen. Because you won't find rich people doing all of this. When people have been like, stolen from over and over and over and over again, right? And they have been put in situations where they are just looking for anything. When they see someone like this with the pale skin, then you add the factor of neocolonialism. They think somebody is coming to help them. They think somebody is coming to, save them. So they are happy, or maybe this white guy, or, half Muslim, half Jew guy, he's going to do something for us to change our situation. Hence why they are dancing out here like this. This is an outcome of course, like colonization, mental slavery, and also, an outcome of poverty. These people, as you're seeing them here, they don't have the access to the things that he, as this white man or whatever else he has in him, they don't have the access that he has. They don't have the resources that he has, even though they have all the resources in their country. Excuse me. So when they see someone like this, they know that these people have more. So they are out here dancing, and like, it's just sad. It's crazy. And the reason why I feel like this is Sierra Leone Definitely, I don't think this person can do him, Trax. I don't think he can do this in Botswana. Because why? In Botswana, he has to deal with the government. So what would he be doing on the street? But then I could be wrong, right? But because in Sierra Leone, things are very different there. Those people have been through a lot. For those of us that know the history of the Sierra Leonean people, they've been through a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, trauma, you understand? And they're trying to heal. So he can't really do something like this there. I don't think he can do something like this in Sierra Leone. Because why would you be on the streets like this? Sorry, in Botswana. Because he will not need to be like this in the streets of Botswana if he's going there for business. He'll be going to the government that he claimed to, they invite him and he deals with. You guys see the difference. But in Sierra Leone, he goes directly to the mines. No control, no system, no whatever holding him back. There's no steps to check, the activities of what's going on on ground, because there's no real system. I'm just going to forward this rubbish because he has something to say at the end. Yes.
The warm and beautiful welcome. What you just watched was the warm and beautiful welcome myself and the rest of the delegation received when we got to the Koyodu village, a remote village in Sierra Leone, Africa.
I said it because I had not watched this video to the end. I just to watch the guy, sometimes it really gets to me. I just save his videos. When I come on the live, we're going to basically watch it together. And now we heard it. It's Sierra Leone. I don't think he can do this in Botswana because the system is different. The atmosphere is different. He can't. And the audacity of this man to have on a Martin Luther t-shirt, he has on in this video, look at it, he has a Martin Luther t-shirt on. Is this not some kind of virtual signal in here? Wanted to people? No, you can't be for the people and care about the things that Martin Luther care about, which was his people, and being in a mind like that we saw him in. But he has his t-shirts on, he wants to make us believe he's like this when he's obviously not. When he's not, this is crazy. This is insane, having this t-shirt on with Martin Luther's face on it. Martin Luther would agree with anything he's doing right now. What?
We were there to tell these people's stories, to shine their stories and their lives as a light to the world, because there's extraordinary opportunity for them and they deserve it.
There's extraordinary opportunity for them. What are the opportunities? He went there to what? Tell these people's story. What about their story did we hear from him in that video? Or he went there to just go and get that claps and praise and walk in the middle there of the aisle that they created for him to walk past, so that he can feel like he's something and have that crazy look on his face. What stories did we hear from him? Did you guys hear him share any story from the people? No. All we saw was him walking there, really enjoying all of that praise. But here he's talking about
Fortunately, someone uses their image and my image for their own financial gain.
That's what he's doing, though. The hypocrisy. That's what you are doing, Trax. You are the one using their image for your financial gain. Because you posted it on TikTok. I'm sure that video is going to generate some revenue for him. He's the one using them in his games, saying, "Oh, see me, I was there. I was there with the people. Look at me, look at me." He's the one using the people, taking advantage of them. Not only are these people getting exploited in the mines, now they are getting, exploited for their images. And he's using them to justify whatever. But no, it's Issa that is using their images for selfish reasons. Like, be so for real.
In crazy slanderous stories, right? This individual by the name of Issa, who has an article by the New York Post where he's stealing credit cards and he was finally convicted for that crime, is setting up GoFundMe pages, telling stories of using these people in some blood diamond conspiracy or resources or anything to stir up hate.
Like, I've been hearing about this talk about Issa at some point in time in the past, doing some credit cards scam or something. Like, yes, he should pay for that, which I'm sure he has. I don't know how long ago it was, but that's is a thing. And I just want to be clear on, where I stand on that situation. Yes, if Issa committed crimes, he should pay for his crimes, right? But the talk here is the crimes that you are committing. Are you paying for it though? Because if Issa committed credit card crime, I don't know how, if he did any of that, I'm sure he's paid for it, because there's no way he'll be roaming free if he hasn't, or maybe he's still paying for it even. But what about your crimes that you are possibly allegedly committing, that you are being accused of? When are you going to pay for those ones? And Issa, at some point in time in his life, committing a crime doesn't invalidate. Somehow you can't use that to invalidate like what you are being accused of, what is said that you are doing. So I don't know why that's being brought up personally, but I see it as a deflection tactic. Yes, let's focus on Issa's crime, and let's not focus on yours.
And division, so he could set up a GoFundMe page and get some money. This is the most appalling and disgusting thing I've ever experienced. Those people are beautiful people. They have a bright future ahead of them. They need support of the world. They don't need slander. They don't need division and hate for GoFundMe pages.
And something else they don't need? People coming into their lands to take advantage of them. Like how you took advantage of them by making that recording and posting it to your TikTok. So you can have that white savior movement that you're having. They don't need that. They also don't need people coming into their lands to take their resources for cheaper than those resources are supposed to be worth. That is crazy. Like, take the speck out of your eye before you talk about the speck in someone else's.
I encourage you to go and report this individual for what he's doing for harmful misinformation, targeting an individual. And I also encourage you to understand the true story of Sierra Leone and understand the true story of the Koyodu village and the people that live there.
So now he's sending his followers to go to Issa's page and mass report. Like, again, you would think that at this point, if man is really not a blood diamond dealer like he's claiming to be, he would have sued by now. He's in the US, Issa is in the US. It's very easy. Just send a letter to him, or however it is they do it over there. Like, very easy to sue. But he still hasn't sued. Instead, he's asking his followers to go and mass report his page. That's very telling to me. Yeah, him wearing that MLK shirt is an insult. That's exactly what he's doing. It's an insult for real. Nothing what MLK stands for, what is two different things. Two different things. This other comment, I want to highlight it. Now he's wearing a Martin Luther King shirt. Wickedness. Yeah. It's insane. And maybe he wants us to believe that is a coincidence. Yeah. You just coincidentally wore a Martin Luther King shirt the same day you want to make this video talking about how very, much how you love and care about African people. What? Like I said, it's either this person thinks we are stupid or he's actually the not so smart one in the equation. I think the latter is the case.
And to the people of the Koyodu village, I hope you're doing well, and I hope we get to see each other again someday under circumstances that are positive, and the world really gets to know your story, and you get the fair chance at an amazing life that you deserve.
He wants them to get the fair chance and the amazing life that they deserve. But this is the same person that has this to say in a comment section, right? So somebody asked him, if you are paying someone 36 cents a day to mine diamonds, then it's a blood diamond. You aren't, but every person you buy diamond from most likely does, unless they are lab-grown diamonds. So this person is saying, if you are paying someone 36 cents to mine diamonds for you, that's blood diamond, that's exploitation. And this is what he has to say in response to this person. This is his comment here, Trax NYC. He says, people dig for their own stones and then sell them for whatever they can. Do they get ripped off? Sure, but they have to learn, then make money. So he knows people are getting ripped off. He's possibly, allegedly, part of the people who are ripping people off. But here he is. You can't make this ish up. Here he is. Let me play back his own words for you. Saying this. Here he is saying
And I hope we get to see each other again someday under circumstances that are positive, and the world really gets to know your story, and you get the fair chance at an amazing life that you deserve.
He wants them to have, according to his words, he wants them to have a fair chance and an amazing life. But they are getting ripped off. How can you have a fair chance and an amazing life if you are getting ripped off? How does that work? How is it fair and amazing if they are getting ripped off? How can they have a fair chance when the people who are supposed to be humane, going there and getting their diamonds, giving them what they deserve, are deliberately refusing to give them what they deserve? Because they want to be able to make all of the money, right? If these people are not giving them what they are worth for their labor and resources, how is it fair? I remember these are the people that I'm not into diamonds or anything like this, sale, purchase, or the mining, whatever. But I can imagine it's like this, right? These people get their stones, according to him, when they get it. They get their stones, and now they have to sell. But they are not in control of the price. They cannot say, this is what I want to sell it for. It's them folks that would decide on what they want to buy it for. That's why it's called blood diamond. So them folks decide what they want to buy it for, and they're going to decide on the smallest of amounts possible so they can make the big buck on top of it. So these people, you have a diamond in hand. You want to sell it. You really want to sell it for good money, but you would not find anyone that will buy it for good money from you. So now you have to settle with whatever it is that they want to offer you, basically, which is not fair because they should give you more. But because you can't find any other person to sell it to, the only people available to sell it to is them folks, you have to settle. So it's not a fair arrangement. And we know that these people are getting paid in cents and like $1 thereabouts. So here he's talking about fairness, so they should have a fair and an amazing life. But they are actively, these people who are in the blood diamond industry, are actively making sure that these people cannot get that. Let me put a video of think I really should do this. Put a video of the people in the diamond mines. So you look at these people and tell me if you think these people are having a fair chance, if they are getting paid fairly, and if they are having an amazing life according to what he wants to believe that they are having down there, thanks to them.
I'm in a natural diamond mine right now. Here in this remote part of Sierra Leone, these guys are searching for diamonds. The way they do it is during the dry season, when the water's not there, they pack away all of this mud, and during the wet season, they crush it down, and then one shovelful at a time, they throw it into something called a rocker, where they wash away the mud, and what's left is the gravel that's contain a diamond. Now, when people hear
These are the workers at the mine. These people don't even have the right equipment to mine. By the way, these mines are owned by them folks. These are not places that are random and anybody can just go there and have control, monopolize, or whatever of this is, because these mines are owned. They have owners. So everything in this place is very much controlled. So these mines are owned by them folks. Then people come and mine, try to mine or mine in hopes that they are going to find a diamond. Oh, sorry. I lost connection with my internet. Can you guys hear me? I don't know what's happening with my Wi-Fi. It just decides that it's going to embarrass me every time I'm on live. So where was I? I want to.
I'm in mine right now. Here in this room.
So as I was saying, they own the mines, right? They don't get these people the right gears that they need, the right equipment to mine. They don't get these people none of that. And when these people do find diamonds, if they do, they get to decide how much they are going to get paid for it. So these people are not getting anything fair. None of that. Like, it's a crazy, wicked, demonic arrangement. But there he was talking about, oh, so things will be fair for them and they'll have an amazing life. Like, be so for real. Let's be serious here. Let's be serious. But let's continue. Like the entire thing is just like annoying, for real. So annoying. And he has other videos. I don't think I'm going to put those videos up, or maybe I should. Let me just put it and give you guys so you guys can see everything for yourself. He has other videos. I think those are going to be a waste of time too, but let's check them out. This one is one of them. Okay, I think I want to play Issa's response to the previous video he made where those kids are dancing. You know, clapping for him on the street. I think I want to play that first.
The American, the British, the Irish. So that's the video you chose to use for your PR? That video with everything that's going on right now? Okay, so for the American, the British, the Irish, the European people on this app, can you tell me of any African businessman who has come to Europe or your country where instead of being in school, the district, the teachers decide to take the children out of school to go stand in the bushes in the woods to go clap and cheer and welcome somebody? Tell me who does this if not a exploiter. Anyway, so that's his video. Remember I told you how a journalist, American journalist, is in Sierra Leone right now working on blood diamonds, and well, he sent me some clips and I just thought I'd just add them here so you guys could see what life is like for people who are slaving in mines for homeboy to flex.
And these mines are owned. Like I want you guys to remember that these mines are owned. But the workers that come in, these are the conditions they make them work in. This is just pure wickedness, like you see that hand there?
Yeah, so those were just a collection snippet of videos that were sent to me that I just put together so people can see what it's like. It's not some rosy. First things first, these images that are these mines and all of that, this is done on purpose. It's meant to dehumanize us, to make us look as though we are not human. Because let me use the Western world, let me use the United States for example, because there are a lot of white Trax fanboys who come on here who refuse to acknowledge reality, right? So imagine the United States. What this is trying to make us look is like a banana republic that has no laws, no rules, nothing. And I'll use the United States. So imagine now, US, we know US has oil. But right now, me and my homeboys, we cannot just get up, go get a drill, go to Texas, New Mexico, California, and start drilling for oil. We cannot. So you saw those people just searching for diamond. There are laws in place. That what you just saw is only possible in places where chaos has been created to cripple the government so that they can come in and exploit. That's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
We've seen what a diamond mine looks like. You've seen what what's it called? I can't remember the name of the country, but you know what I'm talking about. Can't remember. But we've seen what a diamond mine looks like.
Yeah.
That's not it. So right now, me and my boys, we get money together. I get some Chinese investors, get some Mexican investors, get some Russian investors. We get weapons, and then we go convince the all these right-wing groups that Christian nationalism needs to be what it is in America. Whatever they're looking for, we'll convince them. We'll give them weaponry. They start a war. Now they've started a war. Now America's going through a civil war, and the global community is saying, look, man, we're not going to buy American oil because it's blood oil. It was started solely for the reason of getting oil. So now there's a video of me on TikTok where I'm showing videos of young white kids, blonde, blue-eyed white children digging for oil in Mexico, or not Mexico, in California, in Texas, and I'm saying, look, man, I'm no blood merchant. That's the only way these nice blonde, blue-eyed white children can make a living. So if you stop buying the oil, you're destroying their livelihoods. Maybe now when I say it in a Western way, with blonde children being the ones doing the digging, maybe it will make sense to a lot of you.
And it's crazy that we have to make this kind of comparison sometimes so people can get it. Like the only way that we can make some people see that something is inhumane is to make them picture a white person doing such thing. The only way that we can make some people see that, oh, this is wrong, is when we can make them, or when we make them think about a white person or a white child being in that situation. Like that's crazy. The world we live in. The world we live in, for real. Then he also posted this video.
This natural diamond, the peace diamond. Now the finding of this natural diamond, the peace diamond, helped them build this school. Coincidentally, though, on the side of that classroom it says lab.
Ask me what this man is doing in this school, when according to the video, he was not even the one who built the school. It was a priest, if I was not mistaken. It's written under there now. It says, can't even read that very clearly. The stuff underneath is covering it.
Now the finding of this natural diamond, the peace diamond, helped them build this school. Coincidentally, though, on the side of that classroom it says lab. What are you guys studying? Civics education. What about civics are we learning today?
So you go to a school, then you just walk into the classrooms, disrupt their learning process. So what? And again, how does this prove that you are not what you are being accused of being? He has there on the video saying, I took one trip to learn about Sierra Leone. I have nothing to do with anything you claim. And then he also have written there, let me get this out of the screen. Stop being fooled by this demon, Isa. Isa is a demon now. He's a monster. Okay, Isa is a monster and a demon. Again, if this person cares so much about the life of the Sierra Leonean people, you would not be disrupting the education of the Sierra Leonean children. They are trying to get educated. They're in class. They came to school to learn. What are you doing there in front of the class? Taking time away from their lessons. They're supposed to be taking lessons right now. And this is supposed to prove... I don't really blame this man. It's not his fault, for real. I mean, when I say it's not his fault, I mean that in a Nigerian sense. It's not his fault, like it's not his fault, it's not literally it's not his fault, because like it's kind of like his fault, allegedly. I don't know how to explain the Nigerian sense of it's not his fault when we say it, like the context sometimes. But let's continue.
What about civics are we learning today? Yeah, we are learning civics for them how to, because it teaches them how to learn the right and responsibility as citizens. Right. Yes, the right and responsibility as a citizen dealing with the country. Can I give them some advice? Okay, no problem. The number one advice, is to not be fooled.
The number one advice is to not be fooled. That's the advice he had for the kids. So he went there, disrupted their learning process, and then the advice he gave them is to not be fooled. What does that mean? Do not be... That's a phrase, right? Do not be fooled by what? By whom?
Guys, I only took one trip to Sierra.
Yeah, do not be fooled by him. Now that I think about it, do not be fooled by people like me. That should be the complete sentence. I wish I was there now to, complete the sentence for him, for the kids. Do not be fooled by people like me who come to your continent talking about how we are here to help you, because in actuality, that's not what we're here for. We're here to fill our own pockets. That's the complete sentence. And I wish someone was there to complete that sentence for him, because, like, do not be fooled. What the F is that? What does that mean? Yeah, Africans should not be fooled by colonizers, because they are never up to no good. Nina, do not be fooled by me should be the entire sentence. That's why I said that should be it for real. Do not be fooled. Huh? Can't even give solid advice.
Leone to see their lives. I'm not a blood merchant. I don't have any blood diamonds.
You went to Sierra Leone to see their lives. Why? Okay, you saw their lives. Then what did you do? You went there to see their lives. That's why you went. Ugh. JT Pat has helped me with the translation. It's not their fault. It is our people who entertain these devils. Yeah, we have some accountability that we need to take here for real. Because ask me why them adult men and women teachers, earlier were part of the people clapping. And I'm sure they were the ones who asked the kids to come out to come and clap for this man. Like, the leaders, they do their own. We serve everyday people, we do our own. Translating, the leaders are effing up. We too, we F up too. Let's talk about it. Accountability. It's 2024.
Diamonds or blood gold. I never hurt anybody. I visited a beautiful country. Everything this man says is a lie for him to make money.
Then sue him. Then sue him, please. If he's lying, if he's defaming you, sue him. Why have I not heard anything about suing yet? The more you talk, the less we get. All you have are words, just going like that.
Okay, and I'm gonna prove it.
And videos, pointless videos. Oh, did he just say he's going to prove it? Let me take that back. He's going to prove that Issa is lying. That okay. Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna prove it day by day. Just be patient. Is a lie for him to make money. Okay, and I'm gonna prove it day by day. Just be patient. Okay.
And we're still here. And yes, I checked his page before going on this live. There's nothing. There's no proof. Nothing that can be said to be proof. He's going to prove that Issa is lying day by day. But here we are. It's been how many days now? Still no proof. Just words. Nothing but words. Another video of him in Sierra Leone. This was what he was doing.
Yeah. Alright, bro. You got an option of two things. You got $50 cash, or you got gold. Pick one.
Pick one. You got gold, you got $50. So which one you want? Gold.
Very smart choice. That's $1,000, bro.
Okay.
Okay? It's for you.
Thank you.
Alright.
Very expensive. Why is very righteous? Okay. Make an executive. Yeah. Okay, sir. You know it's $1,000? No, it's about 23 million. Okay, so that is big money.
This is him seeing the lives of the people, and I'm guessing helping them. This is it. This is what again proves he's not a blood diamond dealer. This is the evidence. We see more of God and Savior complex than we see of tangible proof that he's not a blood diamond dealer. And these are not even recent clips. Yeah, mobile M works. This is proof from the past. When he wasn't oh my again, I don't blame him. It's not I don't blame him. Came to Africa to give Africans gold. This, like I said in the first live, really just shows to you exactly, all of us, exactly what's going on here. The fact that this man can come into Africa to give African people gold on the streets when we are the ones that have gold, it really shows you the power dynamic. He knows African people don't have access to gold. He has access to gold. So he can come and front in front of them with gold that were possibly gotten from the continent, because he knows we don't have access to gold. He does. He knows we don't have access to diamond. He does, or they do. To come to Africa with gold that possibly came from Africa to come gift back to African people is crazy. And that says a lot. That says a lot. And again, what we're seeing is what this is the should I say, this image right here can only be gotten because of poverty. This image right here. If people are not as impoverished as they are, do you think this particular setup would ever exist? This particular thing, would he get this kind of arrangement if he were to do this in the US, for example, or in Europe? Yes, there are poor people in Europe, but this would not sell the kind of image. I'm sure there are poor people in Europe and in the US and the West in general that'll be very appreciative if he gives them gold. But if he posts that kind of video on the internet, would that gain traction? Would anybody care? It will not paint the kind of picture he wants to be painted. So you would not see people like him doing this rubbish in Europe or in the Western world in general. But they can come to Africa to do it, and they do it over and over and over and over again. And another interesting thing, for you to be able to do something like this, you have to go to very specific areas in Africa to do it. Very specific areas. You can't do this everywhere, which again shows you the mentality. This is not about doing good. I will continue to say it. Anybody that does good in front of a camera is not really doing good. That's how I feel. People can feel differently, and we're all entitled to to all our opinions. If you are doing good, in quotes, and you have a camera rolling, I can't take you seriously. To me, it's not genuine. To me, it's not genuine when people do good in front of a camera. I don't take I always give them people who do it, regardless whether you're white, black, I don't care. If you are doing good in front of a camera, you have a camera rolling to capture you in the moment. It's performative. That's how I see it. But that's just me.
Smart guy. He's a smart guy.
You just saw a video of me giving away some gold in the streets of Sierra Leone.
You've been talking about Botswana. Maybe show us you giving gold in Botswana. You were invited there, but how come we've not seen any video of him in Botswana? Even though whenever we talk about Sierra Leone, he likes to talk about Botswana instead. We still haven't seen videos of him in Botswana.
That individual made the right choice. He chose gold over cash, which is something I educate people on. And it's something I do everywhere I go, whether I'm in New York or around the world. And I had this one trip to Sierra Leone where I wanted to show love to those people. And that video or videos of that have been used to link me to some gold in the Congo or something like that. I've never been to the Congo.
I want to show you people a video of him showing love to the people of Sierra Leone. This is how he shows love. Where is that video? I hope I can find it very quickly, man. Not waste time for here. Oh my goodness. He stood on some kind of balcony and threw a couple of notes down to people. This is it. Yeah, found it. This is him showing love.
To Sierra Leone, where I got a... Let's talk about Africa, particularly Sierra Leone, where I got a chance to visit and bless people. And I was cursed for it, but...
This is how he's showing love and blessing the Africans. Like, again, on camera. But he thought this was a good idea to throw money down to people like this. When you can actually go down to the people and like give them hand in person. Of course, like he did with the gold he did earlier. But he threw it down to capture this moment like this so he can post on his TikTok. This is crazy. This is insane. But he's showing love. Let's go back to the people.
I have those people, and that video or videos of that have been used to link me to some gold in the Congo or something like that. I've never been to the Congo. I have nothing to do with the Congo. I have a fantastic business. I don't need to steal or scheme for anything.
Yeah, he's showing love to Africans on camera. My thing is, why don't I see them showing love to people in the West? Because there are poor people there too, and they need love for sure. Everybody needs love. But they don't do that. Because it's not going to gain traction. That's not what people want to see. People want to see the Africans being, the face of poverty and suffering, even though there's poverty everywhere. That's the only reason why something like this can continue to happen or continues to happen. That's why they make this kind of sick videos. Because they call this thing poverty porn, and I'm saying porn, is YouTube. PORN, that's the right word I want to use, but censoring for TikTok. That's something people are into. Them folks are into. Because it somehow makes them feel better about themselves. Poor white folks can even watch those videos and feel better about it, even if they are in similar situation, if not even worse sometimes than these people that they see in these videos. But it does something for them psychologically. So they continue to do it.
And it breaks my heart that so many people would accuse me of something like that because of a scammer, a credit card scammer, that did 18 months for using someone else's credit cards to stay in hotels and something along those lines.
Again, if Issa committed a crime, I'm sure he's already paid for it. I want to be clear, this is not me saying Issa is like the dopest human being, a saint or something. If he committed a crime, I'm sure he's paid for it. If not, he won't be roaming free. You committing a crime at some point in your life doesn't mean you cannot come out and say no, point out evil. That's not how it works. Constantly bringing up the fact that Issa at some point in his life did something with credit cards does not take away the fact that you are doing what you are allegedly doing, being accused of doing. Exactly. Why is he making it about Issa? Because he's deflecting. He doesn't want the attention to be on him. Because you find one thing about this person, let's focus on this one thing now. Let's focus on this. He's saying, guys, focus on this crime he committed in the past. Focus on this. Don't focus on what I'm probably doing. I don't want attention on this. He's deflecting. Issa could have been committed a crime in the past and still call out your alleged possible crime that you are being accused of by people on the internet. Two things can be right at the same time. So you can't make us focus on one and leave the other. Issa's own is past. We're talking about the present. Issa's is past. We're talking about the present. Can we focus on the present, please? Okay.
Evidence that I'm going to be presenting as I clear my name of this disgusting person and his accusations. I want you guys to know that, yes, screaming wasn't the right decision. This is the real me, a calm, collected person, right? Without any social media gimmicks or anything like that. And I also want you to know that I do love you and I appreciate you, even the ones that accuse me. I'm going to teach you everything I can about the truth, about gold, about business, as I clear my name from this disgusting criminal that's made these disgusting allegations. All right? Much love to the people of Sierra Leone. If you're listening, I hope you remember me, and I hope to see you soon again.
Seeing him talking like this can almost make you forget that he was at some point in time screaming on camera. And now he wants us to believe that this is his personality. He's sounding cool. This is the real him. That person that was shouting that time, that wasn't him. That was maybe one of his alter egos for TikTok. But you know what? Now we can't really say for sure what is this real him. Because up next is him screaming again and using all the F words available. Not too long after. This is him. So he posted a video. People did not really like, all of these videos he has been posting. Of course, his comments are still filled with Africans there calling him Blood Diamond dealer and, Blood Diamond merchant saying, oh, I don't like you, or I hate you. And this was his response to one of such comments.
Yo, Chris, get lost, bro. Go put on a little outfit and prance around somewhere, bro. Don't come on my page telling me some we hate Trax button. Hate me for what? You're this, you're that. Get the out of here, man. Get lost, bro. Sitting there prancing around, bro.
Yeah, but did he not just tell us how many seconds ago that this is his true self, this calm person? But I guess maybe there's multiple true self. Now I don't even know which is the true self. This one, the one that swears and like he did it again. Which one is it? Yes, he just said that. He just said he is a calm person, but this is him 2 seconds later. Maybe the word calm has been redefined in the dictionary. Jay, you and I are just not updated on the new definition. So, yeah. If this is what calm is, well, according to Trax, that's calm. And then his friend came into the picture trying to defend him. Don't know the name of this guy, but I saw him on Issa's page. And now he's involved.
Is under fire. My My good friend Trax is under fire by this guy trying to drag his name through the mud, saying he's getting his diamonds from kids in Africa and all that. And I would just like to say, man, Trax is the most honest guy you'll ever meet in your life. And the reason he's screaming at the guy is because that's his personality.
The confusion, the contradiction. Trax earlier said he's calm. That's, he's a calm person. That's his true nature. But now we have his good friend talking about, he was shouting because that's his personality. So which one is it? Is Trax calm, or does he shout? Because now I don't know what we should believe. Jay, you are saying it. Jay said, wow. Oh my goodness. So it's either Trax doesn't know what his true personality is, if he's a calm guy or a loud guy, or maybe he's his friend that doesn't know which is truly his true personality. One of them have to be wrong. You know who I believe? I believe his, friend, his good friend. Yeah. His good friend came out and said his true personality is loud. I believe the friend. I'm just saying. I believe the friend. Well, you guys let me know who you believe.
Trax teaches me everything about jewelry. He's the only jeweler you can actually trust out of all the rats in New York.
What is this thing about him and his friends calling people rats? For those who caught part 1, there's, tracks called Issa, Rats, Bomb, what else did they call him? Cockroach that came out of a sewer, or rats that came out of a sewer. Yeah. Now we have his good friend calling people rats as well. So I'm guessing this is a thing. This is how they refer to people they don't like. They call them rats.
Going on in Africa, that's been going on way before. Whatever's going on in Africa, that's the only jeweler you can actually trust out of all the rats in New York. Whatever's going on in Africa, that's been going on way before Trax was even born.
So because whatever that has been going on in Africa has been going on since before Trax was even born, that makes it okay. Is that what he's saying? That makes it okay. So because it has been going on, okay, yeah, that's it. Like, let's join them. It has been going on. Who cares? Like, why is this saying? What does this add to the conversation? Man just came on camera saying, "Trust me, bro. Trax is a good guy," and we're supposed to just believe him and run with everything he's saying. Okay.
Built his business from the ground up.
Look, man, I have no idea who the f you are.
He built his business from the ground up. Okay. The majority of, is there anybody that built their business from the up down? That's how you build a business, from the ground up, and every business was built from the ground. What does these people just be coming online to say things that we
But you've clearly chosen to get in on this, right? No worries. So Trax is your very good friend. We have that. He's a good person. We've written that down. I'm dragging his name through the mud because for nothing. You said he taught you everything you know about jewelry, meaning you know about jewelry. So you've learned about jewelry and you've come to defend him. Meaning you know for a fact that this company, Valcambi, you know beyond reasonable doubt if he taught you everything. So you know Valcambi beyond reasonable doubt sources its gold from Kaloti. Kaloti, who sources its gold from blood diamonds, who gets its gold from blood diamonds and also drug money laundering. You know this, but you've chosen to get on here to defend him.
This situation really be teaching us a lot. Like, I did not realize just how much I did not know about the entire blood diamond industry until I started following this case and following Issa Kaloti, a name I've never heard before. Well, we are learning so much from all of this.
Because it's a bunch of freaking stupid African kids dying. I mean, he tried getting black people to defend him. I don't even know where they are. Both of them have gone silent now, and now he's going to go find a nice little white guy. And it makes sense to get you because it's like, yeah, it's stupid African children. Who cares about them? So you've chosen to get in on this, right? Welcome. Also, I wanted to highlight, I noticed how you said whatever's been going on in Africa has been going on way before Trax was born. Yeah. Take Congo, for example. You know, since when Congo has been going through that? Since King Leopold. Since like the 1800s, Congolese people, the whole world, like the global economy, when you see skyscrapers in the wet, that's Congo. Congo has, the world has bled. And I get it, yes, it's been happening. And that's the same excuse you all use. Oh, it's been going on since before I was born. What the hell? I might as well go exploit too. So you just wanted, you saw everything that was going on. You watched all the videos and you're like, them stupid, dirty, little African nigger babies. I'm gonna get in there and defend you because who cares if those African nigger babies are dying? Damn, dude. Yeah, I guess Chicago really is about that life.
And that's literally how they be feeling though. Who cares? It's black people. Why should we care? Reminds me of when that war broke out in Ukraine, when it first broke out. And the reporters were talking about the Ukrainian people that were getting unalive during the war. And they were like, oh, they are blonde hair, blue-eyed people. They are not from you know, what were the countries they even mentioned again from the Middle East? They are not like this. They are not like that. They are white people with blonde hair and blue eyes. So we should care. The rest of the folks that have been going through ish doesn't matter. The only ones that matters is when it's a blonde hair, blue-eyed person or people. It only matters when it's white people going through ish. Then everybody should care. But when it's African people or the other POC people, it has been going on since when we were born. It's not what? Well, their mentality. So now we get to the part where Issa starts to talk about suing because apparently, allegedly, Trax defamed his character and he wants to address it legally. He first sent out a warning. I guess that was not really acknowledged by Trax, and he sent out a second warning. So there might be a possibility of Issa suing Trax. I mean, we've seen that Trax isn't going to sue Issa. But let's just get into the videos.
When this started, I told you to sue me if I was defaming you, right? Trax, when this started, I told you to sue me if I was defaming you, right? I gave you an opportunity to sue me. You said you weren't going to sue me. You refused to take it to court because you claim I have nothing. You claim you're wealthy. We know that. So here's the thing now, unfortunately. I have evidence that you have defamed me. There's that TV head guy or whatever his name is. Yeah, so he's been running around saying some things about how I had my Instagram deleted because I was running a GoFundMe scam. Yeah, you then told people to go to his profile to go check it out. You then reposted that video on your profile. I have it. I have proof that you brought that to people. Like, more people know of that falsehood because of you. So here's what we're going to do. This is my name, my full name, right? Take that name, reach out to Instagram, Meta, whoever, find out what day or when my account got deleted for fraudulent activities. Contact GoFundMe. See if my account ever got deleted for fraudulent activities. See, the thing is, you did that because you knew there would be a time when I would need GoFundMe to come for you. So you try to make people not trust me and look at me as a fraudster. That's okay. So here's what we're going to do. You have an ego, right? I have proof of defamation. With everything that's going on, you have an opportunity to stop more being added to it. So I have you for defamation, right? You can either believe it or not. But this is what I'm saying. I have you for defamation. I believe I can prove it, and I will get money out of you for that shit. So you have 24 hours. It is 10:49 a.m. By 10:49 a.m. tomorrow, I want you to have made a video looking directly at the camera. Looking at the camera, which is supposed to be me. I want you to call my name, say my name, and I want you to apologize to me for defaming me. If you do that, let this be proof. I will not bring about any charges, and I officially forgive you. I will not sue you. If you refuse, whatever you got going on, because I believe you're being sued for racketeering too, right? You're being investigated for racketeering and something. You have a former employer who's saying you made up evidence suing you. So your lawyer this is a chance for your lawyer to get a. If you don't want your lawyer to get a beach house or a lake house out of me, apologize. You apologize, I'll let it go. If you don't, I will come for you. I will get money out of you. I will. So that's my thing now. Make a video. You have 24 hours. 10:50 a.m. now, tomorrow. By 10:50 a.m., I want you to make a video looking dead at the camera, calling out my name, and apologizing to me for defaming me. If you don't do that, we will see in court.
So that happened. But the Trax respond, no, he didn't. There was no apology, nothing. So Issa made a second video on that. And this was what he said.
Trax, time's up and no apologies from you. I've given you an offer for truce. This is the second one, and you slapped down my offer for truce twice. Which means one of two things. You either don't believe you've done anything wrong, or you don't give a shit. And since then, you've doubled down, actually.
If you want to help me and you actually know what's going on, report his page for harmful misinformation targeting an individual. Because that's what he's doing.
So that's you telling your 2 million followers to come find.
First of all, are we going to talk about how defeated Trax looked in that video? He looked very defeated. He looked humble. I want to take it back. Like here.
You actually know what's going on, report his page for harmful misinformation.
And since then,
oh, what am I doing?
Harassment.
I pause
You actually know what's going on, report his page for harmful misinformation.
Is it just me? Or does he look very humble here? Like he wants to cry or something? If he's actually spreading misinformation, here's my thing. Sue. Right? Like, why is that not an option he's taking? It makes me wonder. Could it be he can't sue because, there is probably some truths to what is being alleged? Could that be the reason why Trax doesn't want to sue? I wonder. Because he doesn't have to go this route asking his followers to go to Issa's page to go he doesn't have what was I saying? I got distracted by reading the comments. He doesn't have to send his followers to Issa's page to go bombard his page with hate comments or reporting the page to take the page down. He just have to contact his lawyer and they'll take it from there. But he's not going down that route. So it really makes you wonder, Darlene says this is a lawsuit for him. This is money for him. I don't know what you mean. Maybe if you can clarify, please, Darlene. But let's continue. Like, how is this a lawsuit? What do you mean? Is this a lawsuit for Issa or a lawsuit for Trax?
Targeting an individual. So that's what he's doing.
So that's you telling your 2 million followers to come find me and harass me. You said misinformation. What's the misinformation? What is it? I'm asking you now. We've asked you, what is the misinformation? What have I lied about when it comes to you being a blood merchant?
Don't forget to report this guy's page for harmful misinformation targeting an individual. I'm going to prove everything. It's the last thing I do. I don't need to sit here and make videos about jewelry or about anything else.
That's the thing. He keeps saying he's going to prove. He has been saying that he's going to prove his innocence since the beginning of this entire thing, this video. But we still haven't seen any proof. Darlene says this is a lawsuit for Trax. Okay.
That's you in a foreign nation telling your 2 million people to come find me. Internationally, so both locally and internationally, you've managed to tell people to come find me and harass me. What is the misinformation? You say you're going to prove. We've been asking you, when are you going to prove? Because you sending your followers to come harass me is what I have, is what I do. I told you, stuff like this, at least 7 a day. 7 of my videos get taken down a day. It is very distressing, emotionally distressing.
I can imagine.
Look at that. Even your followers and your fans who are harassing me are reporting that I'm emotionally distressed. Even they know that they are causing emotional distress for me, thanks to you. You sending people after me is what leads to messages like this. You see, this is very emotionally distressing. Also,
this person said, "You N-word scamming broke mother effer, con artist." You know, this there's something I want to add. After reading this, I was like, this is very interesting. So he has, his followers are basically rate deceased, right? And you have a brother like what's his name? Shadow. Don't know if you remember Shadow. Oh, I wish I could put a picture of Shadow up right now. Let me see. Shadow was on here defending this guy. Shadow was defending this guy. But look at the people that follows him. When Shadow defended him, he got put on a pedestal. But then, now see how quickly they are calling Issa the N-word. The only reason why Shadow didn't get called the N-word is because Shadow was on his side. Where is Shadow? I'm trying to look for that man's picture. This is Shadow.
In Africa, because
yeah. See how quickly they called Issa the N-word. But Shadow was on here defending him. That's how quickly they would have called Shadow the N-words too if Shadow did not decide to take the side that he took, regardless of all the, things that were in front of us. But then these people who decides to sell out and tap dance for them folks, I don't know how it doesn't click, that they don't see any difference. If a Trax could call and did call, we saw him call Issa a bomb, a sewer rat, a roach. That's how he thinks about you too. And he would very easily call you that. The only reason why you were exempted and got your picture on a wall as a thank you for your cooning, Shadow, is because you took his side. They don't see you any differently. They don't see you any differently. You only get some brownie points and some change, maybe. I'm not saying Shadow got money. I can't prove that. I'm just speaking generally here. But it's been speculated though, but that's not what I'm saying, just to be clear. The only reason why you are exempt from all of that is because, you were tap dancing. But let me leave Shadow alone, I beg. Like, I don't even, let me leave him alone. That's how very quickly they will call him a rat and an N-word. But these are the people that
I am a scammer.
He decides to side with.
Thanks to you defaming me. You got that information from TV Head. So I have to emotionally be distressed because of messages like this that you sent, because there's more.
What does it say? Why don't you get in the cage with Trax, you big, old, nasty N-word? Again, another rate deceased person. And he also called him a fag. By the way, I don't know if it's, I don't know why this fag, like why? What does this have to do with anything? So racism and homophobia, great. Let's continue. Somehow this does something for the conversation.
From your people that you sent. You know, you remember when you got on the phone in Milan and at the airport and told them to come find me and send these types of messages and come harass me like this? Emotionally distressing, man. And in case you're wondering, look, defamation, we've already covered that. We've covered that. We have proof you've defamed me. Now look at the third one. Intentional or negligent infliction of emotional distress. Whether it's you purposely sent people to me. You have no idea how many insults, nigger, monkey. It's so emotionally distressing. And you sent it. I have videos of you proving that. Thank you for that. So yeah, that GoFundMe, you've managed to get your people to take it down. It's okay. I will find receipts. All the receipts that we have, I will contact GoFundMe again. I will send all the receipts to them, explain the whole situation from beginning to end. And
for those wondering about the GoFundMe, this was something that we covered in the first live that we did. So Issa started a GoFundMe because he wanted to raise money to buy. No, it went to, what was it again? Okay, maybe I should start from how Trax got. It was said that he allegedly bought a diamond, that was a gold again for a said celebrity, and basically what is being said on the streets of TikTok as regards to that is he bought this jewelry. I can't even pronounce words anymore. He bought this jewelry for this celebrity, was a black celebrity, by the way. So the celebrity would take his side. Allegedly, that's what they're saying. I'm not the one saying it. So Trax at the time was like, okay, maybe we should raise money so we should give the celebrity instead, so the celebrity don't have to, start being for the guy. That was the reason why he started GoFundMe, to raise funds so he can contact the celebrity and gift him something instead, so the celebrity can return the gifts that Trax gave him. Now, I personally don't know if that's ever going to be possible and if it's even going to work. I don't understand, really understand how that would work. But that was what was done, and that was why he started GoFundMe. And for this reason, he's getting called a scam artist for this. So let's continue.
Tell them why I am raising that way. When your people come back, they'll say, no. He's sending his, and I'll send the videos where he sent his army, where you sent your army. I'll send them all those videos, send all the receipts, and I'll say he's just trying to ensure that we don't put him out of business. He's a blood merchant. So one thing we have proof of right now is you, and I will ask GoFundMe to, if they want to, if they don't want to, but I will see if they are going to give me the reason why they took it down. Any receipts that they might want to give me would absolutely help towards whatever I got coming for you. You're about to find out. So what do we have now confirmed? We have confirmed you defaming me. We have confirmed you sending your 2 million followers to harass me, which has caused me serious emotional distress. As you can see the bags on them, I cannot even sleep because of the emotional distress that you have caused. All the racial abuse that I'm going through, the negligence, all on you. Thank you for that.
I wonder how this is really going to turn out, if there's really going to be a lawsuit. But yeah, me too. I'm of the mentality of get him if you can. Get him, Issa. You getting justice will be just like all of us on the continent getting justice, I swear. But now we're going to conclude. And I want to conclude on these 3 videos that Issa made on the situation. Oh
And you
no,
look
this is
what
not it.
diamonds have done.
This is not the video. This video.
I've been thinking of, and here's something I've been thinking of, and I just thought I'd bring it here. There has to be a young filmmaker out there, any filmmaker, especially African filmmaker out there, who's trying to get his name out, who's trying to, you know, be known for what you're doing. Why don't you do a short film? And short film, maybe 10 minutes. It could be just 10 minutes. That way we can upload it on TikTok, spread it. A short film depicting people mining for diamonds and bloods, blood diamonds and blood gold. But instead of depicting African children doing it, mining it for it, let the people with the weapons, let the oppressors be black people and find young white children to do it.
Ooh! Ooh! Aha. Issa wants to cause problem. Issa wants to, even fictionally, they would not even. Ooh! But I'm down with the idea though, for real. Like 100. Ooh, Ruby controversy. Yes. They will not like it. But I'm down for the idea. I wish I was rich. I would fund that. I will. Because that's the only way they would see that is wrong. It's an unfortunate thing that the only way we can get these people to understand the inhumanity that, no thanks to them, African people have to be constantly going through, the inhumane treatments, is when we put a white face on it. It's very unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. That's how it is right now. That we have to go down that route. People have to start thinking, oh, how can we get these people to see it? The fact is that they really don't want to see, because it's not that hard. They really don't want to see what's going on, because it's not that hard to see it. It's right in all of our faces. The reason why they don't acknowledge it is because black. The reason why they don't acknowledge all of these atrocities is because brown, black or brown, African, because it's not white. Hence why when Ukraine happened, they're talking about on TV, you know, it's blonde hair, blue-eyed children that are dying. So the world should care. Everybody should be, you know, crying and worrying for them. The people have been getting killed in Iraq and them places. What's happening in Congo is happening. What's happening in Palestine is happening. What's happening in Sudan is happening. What's happening in everywhere in the Middle East is happening. What's happening in Nigeria is happening. What's happening in what's this country's name again? Oh, Papua New Guinea is happening. And there's a whole lot of too many. One is more than enough. Not more than enough, like too much, right? But we have so much, and they don't get acknowledged. Why? Because they're not blue-haired and blonde-eyed people, white people that are suffering. So nobody cares. So when this brother said, oh, let's make a short film on this same issue, but switch the roles. Make the people mining white, and make the exploiters black. Immediately they would get it. Immediately they would get it. And I would love for something like that to happen. Like I said, if I had money, that's something I would fund. That's something I would fund. They're going to be so pissed, or they would get it. Even in just fiction, they don't want to see it. Even in just fiction, they don't want on TV like that, in entertainment like that, stories of their suffering. That's why you would find, maybe what I'm about to say might be controversial, but I'm going to say it anyways, because it's about time we start like really not, the sugarcoating has to stop. I've never really been one to sugarcoat, but like, I'm just saying, we really need to start saying these things. Ever wonder why you don't get as much movies on the Holo? Trying to censor here, so it's YouTube. When I say the Holo, the Holo I'm talking about, the Gen O side that happened to them folks in Europe, the one the mustache man did, that one. Ever wonder why we don't get back-to-back movies on the Holo as we do on slavery, the transatlantic slavery? It's like every year they must release something on the transatlantic slavery. I don't know why. It's really starting to get to me personally. I don't know. Like, I get it, these stories must be told, but we've heard of the stories. There's enough movies right now. But these people back to back to back to back to back to back to back, they're always releasing slave movies. And it's starting to give me, I'm starting to feel like they live vicariously through these movies now, because like, what's the point? Why are we always getting these slave movies? Well, we have to now be watching Black people getting beat and flogged and dragged on a line with across the field by a horse, getting their skin peeled and injured. Like, why are they constantly putting those images in front of? It's as if I think this is a psychological thing that they are doing. Personally, I don't watch slave movies anymore because I don't like how they make me feel. I'm going to be honest. I don't like, they do something to me emotionally and psychologically, and I don't like it. It's emotionally distressing for me whenever I watch slave movies. I saw Kunta Kinte growing up. Which other one did I see again? Forgotten. At some point I saw 12 Years a Slave. I think that's enough. And then we have the one with Will Smith. And then there is that other one, what's it called? Antebellum. And I'm like, why so much of that? I personally have not seen any Holo movie. I'm sure they are, but they don't do back to back to back like that. It starts to makes me, it makes me start wondering, is there a reason why they don't put white suffering, white trauma on screen like they do Black trauma? I think they are trying to make us used to seeing Black suffering, Black trauma, Black pain, Black exploitation. They are trying to normalize it so that when you see it happening, it's not a big deal. Because we've seen 50 movies on it. Everybody like, that's what it is. Like they suffer. I think that's what it is. And also another way for them, them Race to the Six folks that like to really look at these things, wish they were back then the ones doing it and all of that. That's a way for them to live through it and enjoy, thrive, and flourish in their race to the system. Because okay, now it's 2024, they really cannot be out there doing all of these sick things that they, the ones that feel this way low-key want to do, but they can see it in the movies. Every year there's a new one coming up, new faces, new white people. They can live vicariously through these movies and enjoy the moment. And the reason why they don't show us the opposite of it, like with the Holo, for example, is because they don't want like white face and suffering to like be synonymous. And also, I feel like because they acknowledge the humanity of them Holo victims because of their whiteness, because let's be for real, them folks only acknowledge white people's humanity. So because they acknowledge their humanity, because of their whiteness, they understand the trauma behind that. I would never invalidate the Holo. And I'm saying the Holo here not to be disrespectful. I just want to be clear, but this is YouTube. They can be funny, right? That's the reason why I'm saying the Holo. Don't want to draw too much attention by using these words. So I'm abbreviating and censoring. So they understand that putting that on screen constantly is going to be traumatizing for not just the survivors, because they are still survivors, right, that are alive, but also the descendants of these people. It's a traumatizing thing that they went through. So putting it on screen definitely is going to do something to these people. So they don't do that, but they do it for Black people. Lately, I've caught myself wondering why that is. And I don't like how I feel when I watch these movies, so I don't watch them. I've stopped. Whenever I hear there's anyone like, no, I've seen enough movies of Black people getting whipped, tied to a tree, getting dragged by a horse. They make me cry, right? I don't like how what they do to me. I can imagine the Holo movies, if they were made of the Holo, would do the same thing to them folks, so they don't do it. So where was I? I can't remember how I got here. But basically, that's the reason why you would not see. Forget that. That's pointless. Brother saying we should make a movie and reverse the roles, put the white kids or white people in the minds and make the exploiters Black people. They would get it. And I want to tie the connection to movies of how we see them show Black suffering, Black trauma way more than, I can even say way more. We see them only at this point showing only Black trauma, constantly exploiting it. That's another thing. And right now I feel like I'm deviating upon the deviation I've deviated before, but please guys, follow me. Not only did them folks have to do all of that in the past, the slavery, and we know they made a lot of money from it. Now they can, in 2024 and the years before, make back-to-back movies on it and still continue to profit off of that insanity, off of that wickedness, off of that like demonic thing. They profited in the past and they are still profiting off of it from the movies. And one shocking thing I heard, this is supposed to be Trax for now I'm talking about. One shocking thing I heard, not too shocking, but it was very curious for me when I heard it, is that movie, 12 Years a Slave, one of them enslavers in the movie is descendants, one guy, I've forgotten his name, is descendants from actual enslavers in real life. You know, that's very telling. I'm going to cut this video and repost it, and when I do, I'll put like his picture and his name and whatever. Because now I can't give the name of the guy. To have someone who descended from enslavers play the role now of an enslaver in a movie is crazy. Like, why is that on television? Why is that? Who agreed to that? I don't know. I'm just not feeling the slave movies anymore. But maybe it's just me. Somebody saying in the comment, Benedict Cumberbatch has slave master relatives. I think that's the guy I'm talking about. Was it the one in 12 Years a Slave? Yeah, I think the name is that's the guy. That's the guy I was talking about. Benedict Cumberbatch, descendants from slave master family. His family owned slaves, and now we have him in a movie, or they have him. It wasn't me. They had him in a movie playing a slave master, and that's not okay. But conclusion, I'm not digging the slave movies anymore. I'm not digging it. We have enough. Yeah, we have to tell these stories. We've told them. Like, make it stop. Like, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's we get it. It's I'm tired of seeing Black people getting flogged. I'm tired. Darlene X is saying it's not a coincidence that Benedict Cumberbatch, someone who is from a family that enslaved people, now in a movie in 12 Years a Slave playing an enslaver, is not a coincidence. And I agree that there's just something. And why did he even think that was a good idea? Who thought, well, Why am I even asking this question of what is a good idea or a bad idea to them folks? Why am I bothering? But the point is, we don't see them folks they are very careful about their image on screen, in movies, documentaries, everything. They're very careful. They don't put image of them suffering, of their exploitation, of their trauma on TV. They don't monetize it. I think that's the right word. They don't monetize their pain. They don't put it so much back to back to back to back to back on your screen, so that the image of white people getting suffering does not become normalized. So that when something like, oh, the war in Ukraine happens, they can come on camera and scream, oh, it's white people suffering, and get into your subconscious, because you're not used to seeing white people suffering like that. It does something to you emotionally. So they don't want to standardize themselves as people who suffer. They reserve that image for the black and the brown people, so that when over time people continue to back to back to back hear about their suffering, eventually people get desensitized, because now it's like a normal thing. That's everyday activity. Oh, you hear that people in Africa are suffering. They suffer, that's it. But when you hear that, oh, white people are suffering, like, that's new. Oh, I feel bad for them. You understand? Like, it's something they are doing. I'm struggling with the words here, but I think you guys, I hope people understand what I'm saying, or where I'm heading at, what I feel that I'm not being able to find the right words for. So when brother said, switch the roles for the movies, I think we should start doing that, because it seems like that's only when they get it, when they are the ones suffering. Like I said, if I have the money, I would fund this. For real, I will.
From the bottom of my heart, believe if someone did that, made a documentary, a short film, just exact same brutal conditions, everything, except this time you have the nice blonde, blue eye, the ones the whites value the most, the young, blonde, blue-eyed white children. Let's get a bunch of girls, no boys. Let's get a bunch of white girls, 8, 9 years old, in a short film, mining for diamonds, and then there's this black guy with a gun. It's like, hurry up, with this accent, just. I think if we did something like that and put it out there, honestly, I think within a year, the whole 6 months, the whole blood diamond thing, like, that's a way to curb. I mean, it's just an idea. Maybe it'll work or not, but I've been thinking like something like that would work. Isn't there a filmmaker out there, or is there someone who has done something like that? Send it to me. I'll post it on here. Like, just food for thought.
If somebody can get this going, I'll be like, this would be great. This would be great for this, can I call it, battle that we are on, to stop this inhumanity going. This really would sell it. And it's very sad that I have to say it, that it's a movie of a reverse role that will sell it, and not the actual wickedness going on. That is mind-boggling. But it's the world that we live in. That the truth now, it's not what This was definitely not the plan Mother Nature had. I know. This.
Time for us to up the ante. It is time for us to up the ante. It is time to up the ante. So if you're wondering what the end goal is, I'll start by telling you what the previous end goal was. The previous end goal was to get him to stop doing business with people who do blood diamonds. We made a peace offering. We made a video. We gave him a chance to put a stop to this. The option we gave him was apologize, because that was a very insensitive video. And there are a lot of people alive right now who every time they close their eyes, they can remember the exact moment a loved one got taken away from them that they saw live over resources. They remember the exact moment that happened. There are people alive. And then you make a video defending blood diamonds. That was incredibly insensitive. So we asked him to apologize, take that video down, make a donation. And since this had gained traction, at that point it had already had more than 1.5 million views. Okay, since this had already gained traction, that's the original video that I made, not the one that brought more people. This is like 4 or 5 days ago. It had already gained traction, so we offered him. He had to let somebody check to see that he had cut ties with these people. It wasn't going to be me who was going to pick these people, and it certainly wasn't going to be him. There are other people who are more knowledgeable than me who were going to come in and ensure, and going to check his books like once a month or something to ensure that he had cut business with these people. That was the option we gave him. What did he do? His ego refused to let it happen. His ego was just too big, so he shot that down.
See, I don't think, I mean, never say never, right? But I don't think that's something he would ever do. Not just only because of his ego, but also because I don't think he's done anything wrong, allegedly. The things that he's been accused of, that is being said that he's allegedly doing, I don't think he thinks that not any of that is wrong. So even if he's doing all of that, and guys, understand I'm using these words for legal reasons, even if he's doing all of that, he's not going to apologize because he doesn't think what he's doing is wrong. If he thought what he was doing is wrong, if he's doing these things, again, legal reasons, he would not have even started to begin with. If you think something is wrong, you don't start doing it. And also, there's also the monetary, the monetary side of it. Like he's making bucks from this. Why would he stop? Why would he stop? He's getting money.
So now the new end goal is to put him out of business. The new end goal now is to get public attention on this. The new end goal is to get the IRS on this. The new end goal is to get the U.S. Attorney, Southern District of New York involved in this. Because we have proof. Because the thing is, if we can find out within 4 hours that Valcambi deals with Kaloti, who deals with dirty gold and drug money laundering, how is it that you, who has been in the business for over a decade, does not know that to the point that you're flexing a Kaloti, Valcambi silver bar for the rest of us? So that's the end goal. So now, if you go to my profile, you will see I have a GoFundMe there attached. The original GoFundMe that I started for John Jones, it seems John Jones did not return it. So $170 has been raised. So there's $170 so far.
Okay, so John Jones is the name of the celebrity guy that Trax gifted. I can't remember if it was a diamond or a gold, but he gifted him, a jewelry. Yeah, so Issa tried it, raising money so he can get the John Jones guy to return it. Which is something I don't think will ever happen.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is because, like, for the majority of celebrities, hell, and this is not me speaking for John Jones, definitively, I'm just saying that celebrities have not generally been on the right side of things. The majority of them. Yes, there are some that are, for one, not all of them are even like as knowledgeable about what is really going on, because we see these people as celebs and we expect certain things from them. We expect them to be knowledgeable, we expect them to be this, that, and the third, and care about certain things, but really not many of them care. They are just there for their own interest, I guess, and they are majorly minding their business and not caring. Just a handful of them care. So expecting John Jones to, who knows, maybe he might, I don't know, but yet he hasn't. Hell, for one, who even knows if John Jones is aware of what's going on TikTok? I bet Jim Jones. Is it Jim Jones or John Jones? I don't know. It's a black Hispanic anyway. Okay. So I don't think he would return anything. But again, never say never, because still people can shock you.
Now, What we're trying to do is this. First things, we want to rent one of these. This mobile billboards, we're going to rent one of these. They cost, I believe, $1,700 a day.
Oh.
We need them for 7 days a week. For 6 days, 6 of those days, it will be in the Diamond District in front of Trax's office, going back and forth, because I believe we need to bring attention to this. And then on the 7th day, we will go to the U.S. Attorney's Office for Southern District of New York. We will go there till somebody comes out and talks to us. We will give them all the evidence we have till somebody starts looking into this.
Wow.
There's also going to be an inflatable rat that I want to get. I also want to get a speaker system to keep replaying the audio of him defending blood diamonds, and the one of Martin Rappaport saying it is their God-given right to our diamonds, us poor Africans. I want to have that on a loop. We're also going to print out signs, you know, different signs. We have images, screenshots, a bunch of things that we're going to put. There's going to be an image of him holding the Valcambi bar, and then right beneath it is that news article explaining that Valcambi deals with dirty.
I swear, Ruby, the inflatable rat nearly killed me. But I do want to pause the video. I love the pettiness. I love this level of pettiness. I love it. This is good. If you can really get this to happen, I'll love to see it. Oh no. I hope this can happen. We'll be watching.
Gold. We're going to have that. I'm going to need the help of a lot of people. Bunch of things that we're going to put. There's going to be an image of him holding the Valcambi bar, and then right beneath it is that news article explaining that Valcambi deals with dirty gold. We're going to have that. I'm going to need the help of a lot of people to come out to help out. So people are going to be there for 7 days, you know, refreshments, water, food, a bunch of, you know, whatever it is, we're going to need that. What else? Yeah, this. Also, this is for the U.S. Attorney for Southern District of New York. I say, if all of us, I don't know which one it applies to, but if we started calling all of these numbers, asking them, look, is it illegal for somebody to knowingly purchase blood diamond gold from a company that deals in blood? Like, we have him. We have proof that he knowingly purchases. He has defended it. Let's find out if it's legal. If our government lets this slide. Let's all call this number. Let's find out. These are the numbers for the IRS office in New York. It's all a 1-800 number, but these are the offices. If anybody knows a more direct number, please call them. Whatever information you have, feel free to go to my videos. Whatever you need, contact them, because we need to find out. If there's somebody that knowingly purchases blood gold from Valcambi, I think there are things that they don't declare for our, you know, for taxes. Let's call the IRS. This needs to be looked into. But yes, this is not going to be just online. It's time to take things to the ground, because we've given this man an option. We've given him a chance to fix this. He has refused. He keeps calling me. You notice the names he keeps using for me? Cockroach, sewer rat, dirty. These are all terms used in genocides to dehumanize people, so that, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's trying to dehumanize me, so when his followers see me, they don't see me as a human. They see me as a roach, something less than human. So that's the exact language used in genocides for blood diamonds. That's what he has been calling me. So it's time to put the foot on the ground. Let's up the ante. Let's get the government involved. Let's raise money. Let's bring attention to this man. Let's shut down his business. This cannot be done without you, the people. Thank you very much. I thank you very much everywhere you've gotten us this far. But right now, that GoFundMe, we need, if by the end of the month we don't raise enough to where we can do at least something, everybody's money will be returned. This audio is me guaranteeing I will not touch anyone's funds. Everyone who has donated a single dime will get their money back. Thank you very much.
Wow, if you can really get this to happen, that would be dope. So now I'm going to play the last video on this note. And yes, Hitler used those words. These are words that you use, those, you know, you dehumanize the people, so that when you, not you, I don't mean you people in the chat, I mean like oh my goodness, the way my brain works. Anyway, so you people who want to go out to cause harm to people on a large scale like that, you know, they use words to dehumanize them first, so that by the time they start doing those evil things that they want to do to the people, people don't really care like that because they have been desensitized first. They prep their people's minds prior, so that when they start, like, okay, it's those people that you see as less than humans, so they won't care as much. It's a very old tactic. A lot of them have done it. Hitler did it. All of them, colonizers did it. That's why you will hear or see in history books, they'll use words like barbaric, uncouth, those words to make the people less and less and less. They are not civilized, they are not educated, their brain is this, that, and the third, their skull is like this and ours is like that. That's why we are better. Oh, 3/5 of a man, the popular one. 3/5 of a man. Those kind of terms is to dehumanize and justify inhumanity. And by the way, guys, the link is in the chat. So after we're done with this video, if you want to come up and give your 2 cents, I'm just going to be here for like 10 minutes after, because it's pretty late here. So yeah, the link is in the chat if you want to come up. I'll be doing that after this video.
It is time for us to up the ante. It is time to up the ante. So if you're wondering what the end goal is, I'll start by telling you what the previous end goal was. The previous end goal was to get him to stop doing business with people who do blood diamonds. Please go watch that video. I posted it earlier today. It has traction, but I need more people. I need more eyes on it. It has the GoFundMe is on my bio. Is in my bio. Please look it up. In that video, I explained what the next step is for Trax. I explained what the initial intent was, the options we gave him, what he chose, and what the next step is. But I just wanted to make something clear. So people have been asking me, and I just wanted to make this clear. See, I'm not trying to stop the diamond trade. I don't think I have what it takes to stop blood diamonds. No, absolutely not. I would be unalived and rotting in the floor before a tenth of it even gets affected. What happened was I saw a video that was incredibly insensitive, and I saw an opportunity. Then I had 85,000 followers. I saw an opportunity to use my platform to do something. So I wanted to call this guy out, bring attention to it, and force him to stop doing business with those people. And
Yeah, this comments. Invaders can't call anyone roaches, especially because they are the ones that crawl in to people's countries, homes, like roaches. You know how roaches, you find them, you don't want them in your house, but they sometimes find their way in and they be acting like they own the place. I hate roaches. I know they tell us they have economic importance and whatnot, but I can't stand them. My goodness, they smell. They don't even die easily when you spray insecticide. I hear they can hold their breath. See, now the more I talk about this roach thing, I'm seeing the similarities between roaches and colonizers. They're very stubborn and up to no good. And they are never invited, never wanted, but they are present. They find a way to come in. A lot of similarities, I tell you, colonizers and roaches.
And he chose to turn down the peace offering. He slapped it down. He resorted to insults, calling me names. So I decided, okay, it's to put him out of business. That's it. Once I put Trax out of business, that's it. I'm going back to my regular content. I'll be talking about the news. My lives will be about Pan-Africanism. I'm not trying to start some. The thing here is, I've been saying this on my live. One of the problems we have as Africans is we keep waiting for a savior.
Very true. Very, very true. And in a sense, I blame religion for that. I do. I'm going to be honest. I blame religion contributes to why African people wait for savior. In Christianity, they'll teach you, oh, Jesus is coming soon. When he comes, your life will be better. He will take you up. And this mentality, they put it in African people from a very young age. When you are trained to wait for someone else to come solve your problem, you are not going to have that mentality or the urge to want to solve your problem by yourself, because you think someone else is going to come do it for you. And I feel like that teaching, that religious teaching of Jesus is coming soon to save you, and even the teaching of heaven and hell, I feel like it's a dangerous teaching for African people. Hence why we are still where we are. And the majority of African people don't think they need to stand up, get their toes, get their feet planted on the ground, and actually go out there on the streets and get the things that they want, demand the things that they want, because we are waiting for a savior. And we think, this world is not our own. One day we are going to heaven and the bad people are going to hell. I don't believe in heaven nor hell. I'm no longer religious. I've said it here before. I don't believe in none of that. Is this earth I'm seeing? This is what I know. I don't know of any other place that is said exists, that there is no proof for. So this mentality of like, Jesus is coming. When he comes, that's when you get your justice. I don't like it. It keeps African people in this loop of suffering because they're just sitting back waiting for somebody to come save us. That's not happening. It's been 2,000 years. It's been 500 years since colonization and slavery. It's been even more than that if we want to talk about the Arab slave trade, the Arab Islamic slave trade. It's been a very long... Nobody is coming. What century, again, did the Arab slave trade starts? Centuries ago. I don't want to call the wrong centuries because it's eluding me. Centuries ago, before the transatlantic slave trade and before colonization. What have we learned? Nobody is coming to save us if we don't stand up and demand for and fight for the things that we want. We're never going to get it. We're just going to continue being here suffering for no reason. Except for the reason of them folks who are the ones like enforcing it, right? So, like, I really don't... The savior thing, I hate it with every fiber in my body. I hate it. I hate the African people are waiting. I hate it. And the fact that we are waiting for something that is never going to come. We have proof that it's never coming. It's never happening. But then we're just in this loop, waiting. I don't like it. And then some people settle with the fact that, they're going to go to hell for it. Okay, and what if hell doesn't exist? I don't think hell exists. Nor do I think heaven exists. But let's just, go with their beliefs. What if? Just what if? If it doesn't exist, then what? You suffer for nothing. I don't like the waiting at all.
Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, I'm not a savior." I've picked one thing that I think I can do something about, and I'm doing something about it, which is stopping Trax. The rest of you have to play your own roles. We cannot be waiting for one person to lead. And it's not just an African thing, it's everybody. Where you live, what pisses you off the most? What is the one thing you've just had enough about? What is the one thing that you just can't take it anymore? What are you going to do about it? What are you willing to do about it? So I'm not a leader. I'm not trying to stop the diamond industry. I'm not trying to shut down the diamond district. I'm not trying to do any of that. I just saw someone who was unapologetic in his exploitation, and I want to stop him.
Exactly, Jay. Waiting for someone who doesn't look like you or doesn't look like me, SMH. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Like, it's just... And another thing that gets to me about this whole waiting for Jesus to come back thing is how he was present when they were coming. Like, he knows, he saw them. If he existed, right? Going with the belief. If he existed, he saw them when they were taking the boats down. He could have just come then. But no. Sat back, waited for all of this to happen, and now we have to wait for him to come back after. Like, when he comes at the end, what's the point, really? Because, like, when you think about he's coming to save you, he's not coming to eradicate the bad people so you can stay back and now enjoy. He's coming to get all of us out of here. So now you don't get to enjoy none of this anymore. You didn't enjoy it when you were alive. You won't enjoy it in death. You go to heaven and be singing Hosanna every day for the rest of your eternity. I really don't get it. I really don't get it.
That's it. Thank you for that. Also, please check out the GoFundMe. I did. Go check out the link. It's on my bio. But more importantly, not just the link, go look at the other video I posted. So I have another video I posted earlier today, which I stitched in the beginning of this video. Please go check it out. It explains what the next step is, what the intent is, and what the plan is. And I'm being real. Dude's claiming to be in Milan right now. I don't know. He's physically in Milan, which in his line of work, it's like, look, whatever happened to this guy, I wasn't even in the country when it happened. If anything happens to me, it's that motherfucker. If he comes back, avenge me. That's all I'm saying.
Want us to wait for hereafter. Who wants to wait to see if? Exactly. The who is like the entire continent of Africa and our other brothers and sisters who still believe in this thing. Those are the ones waiting. If the Pascal wager game, right? Those are the ones waiting. I'm not waiting for none of that. Tell me when we're hitting the streets. That's what I want to do. I will join people on the street the same way I join my brothers and sisters on the streets during the NSAS protest. That's what I want. I want us out there doing it. My people are waiting, and it can be so frustrating. So frustrating. You just be here looking at everybody and like, and then people make you feel like you are the one that don't have sense when you speak on these things. Don't know. Super Space, are you there? Hello, Super Space.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good
Thank you for
evening.
coming up.
Thank you for having me.
So
So
what do you
I watched your video. That I watched it yesterday. The video that you posted, and
Okay.
this man was speaking his truth. He
Mm.
was speaking exactly how he felt about the people that have to be in these horrendous situation and condition to work. He is telling us that I have no respect for you, and we don't really need his respect. First of all, let's get that clear.
Mm.
When you're that type of person, you get no respect from me. So he's saying, I don't respect you. I could come where you are, do business as it pleases me, and you should thank me. This man is telling you exactly how he operates, how he does business. He said he's been doing this for 10 years. So what
Yeah.
he showed in the video, that's how he is always operate. And nothing is going to change. Because he's bold. He's been doing it for so many years. He has made so much money out of it. And then he turned around and said, that's how people make money. What money? Nobody wants to make money that way. They want to make money how you make money, how you have a good life. You provide the best to your family. That's not making money. That's taking advantage, like you said in the video, that's taking advantage of a destabilized country. That's what you're
Mm.
doing. That's what you have been doing for the past 10 years. But he was telling his truth. Let them speak their truth so we know who they are. He doesn't have to apologize for what? What should he apologize for? He sees a situation that he could take advantage of, don't care, and said, listen, I'm the one doing you a favor. Then he's mad that people are saying opt for manufactured diamond instead of conflict diamond. For the last 15, 20 years, people in this situation, their life hasn't improved. Their working condition hasn't improved. So what are they getting out of it? Who's really benefiting from the situation? He knows he's the one benefiting. He knows his boss is benefiting. And to hell with the rest. You understand? And if
Yeah.
coming and if I'm taking his side, say I'm on his side, I'm like, guys, what's wrong with you? It's easy money for me. I just go there, show my pretty white face, and you know what? I could get whatever I want. Boom, I go home and I get rich.
Mm.
I would be that arrogant, right? So
Yeah.
he's saying his truth. He's saying this is who I am. This is how I operate. This is how I behave. And you should be thankful. This is the map. This is the playbook. Nothing has changed. So you know who they are and you move accordingly. You move accordingly. You said,
Mm.
okay, all right. This is how we operate. So what's our next move? What do we do as a people? What are we gonna do? Because he's not changing. He's making his millions and he's not gonna change. Why
It's
would
not.
anybody want to give up making millions of dollars? And he's okay with making it the way he does. He's
Mm.
okay knowing that, okay, I'm going into conflict areas. I'm going to try and get as much diamond as I can, then bring them to India for them to be processed. Uh, he's avoiding the middleman. He's avoiding all the whole procedure and get it way cheaper. As he said, he's getting it way cheaper, bring it home, and then now he could sell it for the market value. Who's winning here? Who's benefiting here? How many more examples do we need? How many more experience do we need to have? It's the same playbook. It's been 500 years. It's been thousands of years. It's the same handbook. It's the same handbook. They will come in, divide, destabilize, and then they'll try to take what they want. They've been doing it for thousands of years, so they've become really good at it too. So of course they're going to be bold. If you have been practicing something for so long
I'm
that
getting
you have
away with it.
that and getting away with it, and that you have perfected the game, of course
Mm.
you're going to be bold to say, this is how I behave, this is how I function and operate, and this is how I'm going to continue to do so.
Right.
It is just what it is. Now it's up to us to say, listen, it's going to take some time for us to reap the benefit. Yeah, but what we have to do, we have to say, listen, nope, you can't come here. You can't take what's not yours. Go home. My dad used to say, if you do not have, do without. I'm not saying to my people they should starve. That's not what I'm saying. I'm like, it's time for things to change. It's time for you to get rid of people who mean you no good. They've been in Africa for more than 1,000 years. They've been coming, and it's not for them to develop the motherland. It's not for them to create a stable environment. It's not. In fact, they've done the complete opposite. It's our job. It was bestowed upon us to take care of the earth, to take care of the natural resource we have, not to exploit Mother Nature and deplete her of the richness that she has provided us with. And they will come there and they will dig for oil and diamonds and other minerals and leave the land in total destruction. That will take thousands of years for the earth to repair itself.
And that scares me too.
And
The
and in the
digging
meantime,
scares me.
exactly, because in the meantime, my people have to live there, live
Yeah.
in the destruction. They're leaving the destruction behind. They're polluting the land, not and then make it barren because nothing can grow and live and thrive there. Companies like Shell that come and dig for oil and left the land in. It's like no, something has got to give where we say you are no longer welcome here. You can't come. You're not a stewards of this earth because you have never showed, as a group, you have never showed that you care about this earth. You care about the planet. You take, you deplete until there's nothing left. You move on to the next spot. Take, deplete, nothing left. It's barren. Whatever is left, whatever living organism, human beings and others that are left behind, too bad if you're still there. We're moving on to the next site to dig, deplete, remove. It's always it's like we've had examples now. How many more examples do we need? How many more times does it has to be a blonde hair? It has to be a brown hair. It has to be a long hair, a short hair. How many more examples do we need, really? What else is that we need to shock us? Because it's the same action over and over. And then he turn around and villainize those whom he victimized. You said they're lazy. These lazy people. I work hard. You mean to tell me that you showed up at a site where people don't have even have adequate equipment to work with? They do all the laborious work, and they're the lazy one. It's just the way they function. That's how it is. There's nothing else that they're gonna do that is gonna be surprising. The man is telling you his truth. He's saying, "This is who I am." Believe him. Believe him. You don't need to apologize for being himself. Why should he apologize for being who he is? For what reason? We don't need no more example. We don't. If it's like I come into your house, open your fridge, eat up all your food, use all your towels, use your fancy stuff, and then dump them on the floor. It's like, well, you know what? I came to your house. I'm the guest. You should be grateful that I came over. Like what?
That's literally what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And you people are lazy and have been working
And
lazy.
actually, that's the mentality. And I was very sickened by how the children behaved when they saw a white man coming in his community, and then they were behaving like that. That is because of religion, and I hate that. That we are subjects to that kind of manipulation from a very young age, from our education institutions, where he can just walk in and everything stops. I hate that.
Of
Yeah.
course. Anywhere they go in the world.
And then from there, if the children come out from the school, he can manipulate them. I hate that. And this has been it's a byproduct, and that's how they did it. It's a byproduct of religion. Obey, 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 and then they are always masters. And this is what we see with our politicians who allow these people to have visa-free entry into our homes, meaning our
Mm.
countries. They get into their homes and then they can do whatever they want. I cannot even explain how many people, if you can explain people through minerals, I don't even understand. I'm just using my imagination. How many people he has explored sexually? I cannot even understand that. That's one thing that we should know. I'm happy is on his case, and we need to get these people on our cases on a daily, so we
And
can find them.
sorry for cutting you off. Continue.
Yeah, we should find them where they are, because normally we are not told who they are. We should find them, get them, put them on a on a schedule. You can only exploit until I find out the evidence. Until then, you were out of our land. And I'm like, I wish he was exploiting it in Kenya. We would deal with him completely, totally. We don't want that anymore. We are tired. We've been tired 100 years ago. We are tired 50 years ago. We are tired now. We got our fake independence as we know it. We're not gonna deal with these people thinking they're coming from their high horses in New York, coming with their high horses with the stolen diamonds and stolen shit. We don't want that. Sorry, I cussed. But we don't want them anywhere near us. I think we should make a policy. Muzungu should not step there again, ever. But until we get our heads together, until we stop seeing them as our saviors, like the
Exactly.
people who are dancing. Yeah, I
Exactly.
see that. But then we need to get religion out of our schools, because even me, when I was growing up, the whole time I was taught Christian religious education until we get them out of there. That's the way I
Me
can
too.
see the children behaving like that.
And I'm very happy you brought up that fact of S possible SA that these people are doing. Again, I'm censoring for YouTube.
You think
They
Um
he's
do
only
everything.
exploiting minerals? He's exploiting everything he can
Definitely,
have a hand
definitely
on.
not.
Everything.
Because
Everything. Everything.
there are stories of these people coming, like sis said, sister Kibugi said, these people are allowed to come here visa free, and there are a lot of illegal ones that are still here, even with their visa fee arrangement. They are supposed to have left, they are still here. Who knows what they are doing? If they can exploit the people for their resources, they can exploit the people for their labor. Is it for their bodies they can't exploit these people? And we have evidence of said exploitation of body, documented ones, at least the ones that have been caught. So these people are just allowed to come in, and at will, anytime they want, they can come in and just walk
Of
around the place,
course.
and even be allowed to go to schools where children are getting educated and just disrupt their classes. Like the rights, it's just too much that they have.
Mm.
It's
We
too
have seen it all over
much.
and over again. Only I can state in my case, when the British came, they just did some SA in Kenya, left a lot of women pregnant. There's just a physical evidence of it. And then so in Sierra Leone is the same case. So I know that they copy and paste. They have no new idea. That's their thing. They have no new idea. They copy and paste, do the same shit here in this country, another country. That's why they divided us in countries, so they can go do it and no one will know about it. If they're stealing the diamonds, they're stealing the gold as they can. It's the same thing that they are doing now in Congo. It's the same thing. The gold is flying away out of Sudan now.
But we
Uh,
help them too. We
yeah,
help
it's the
them.
same thing that they are doing in in Nigeria as well, using these militia people that they are doing, and I'm happy. The Sahel region is waking up and telling them to f off. So I hope we tell this person. I'm very happy for Isa. I will support his project. I don't care. I will support him as a Kenyan as I am. I will support him to get this person, yeah, get him pissed off real quick. So because he's not only exploiting the diamonds, you can see how much joy he got of throwing some shit over a balcony and then people getting them. Did we not see those images of how queens used to serve people and then they throw away some grain and then the people we can't
Yes.
get them? What the hell? It's the same image now again. Now, 60 years after independence in Sierra Leone, we used to see images of the queen or the princess, whatever, throwing grain, and then people coming and getting. It's the same image but from a different perspective, and then he's saying we are helping you. Where ya?
Yeah. Of course they're helping
Where
us.
ya?
Helping us out
Where
of
ya?
our wealth. Helping us out of
I
our
This
resource.
Christianity, we need to put it in a bucket and send it back to sender
I
immediately.
swear.
That's why people are behaving like. That's why you're seeing them lining up and singing for bullshit, because it's the brainwashing.
Mm.
And like Dr. Umar said, when you have the image of this white man that you believe is your savior, Jesus, that died for you on the cross, when you see another white person, you see Jesus represented in him because he's a white man. If Jesus is good, that means, and he's a white person, then all white people are good. And then when you add also to the conversation the kind of history that is being taught us on the continent, which is still a colonial history, the entire educational system is a colonial educational system, right? um so when you're looking at the history that is being taught to us in our curriculum, is one that basically tells us that colonization, it was a good thing that happened, and white people are good. They came and saved us from our barbaric ways because we're still using colonizers' curriculum. So when you add the religion factor and the white Jesus thing, and then you add that with the kind of history that is being taught to us, recipe for disaster.
He would
Recipe
not do this.
for
He would not do
disaster.
this if it wasn't for religion. Religion.
Yes.
He would not do this if it wasn't for religion, because we have that savior complex that was manufactured and then instilled into our societies for the last like 100 years, since 1884, and then it's been very subtle. But this is subtle. This is subtle. He comes in, he looks like a good savior, and then he's actually essaying people, and then taking the jewelry and going abroad and being like, oh, see, I'm rich, you should follow me. And then he's gonna make courses, and then he's gonna teach people how to do it again and again and again. When are we gonna be tired about this? I'm tired of it. As an African person, I'm tired of it. Get those children off the street. I want to smack the teachers right now. That's that's BS to a skill. We don't even have classrooms that can sustain us. Some people are sitting on the floor and desks that have been there for. I want to get them. I want to get them and tell them, what the hell are you doing? Entertaining a white person coming here and telling you he's got shit. He's not got shit. He's trying to get to your children, the same children you're teaching. He'll get them. We've seen this over and over again. It's evidence. That's my take.
Thank you very much, Kibugi. Thank you.
Now we know his face. He should try that again in Kenya. Hallelujah. We get it. Try that in Kenya. Isa got him. We're gonna get him. Now we know his face. He's not gonna wear a motherfucking Luther King anything. Even if he wears a Malcolm X t-shirt, we're gonna get him. We know his face. We find him. He's not gonna do that. I'm happy with the work of Isa, and you better believe that. You better believe that we're gonna get him. He better not step anywhere. And that Botswana he's talking about, we're gonna get him. He better not step anywhere near that. No, you thought we did not know our history. We know our history of you, the colonizer, being savage. I've
It's true,
never
Rose.
seen savage people like this, who just walk in. If someone is just standing there and picking up something from a balcony, what would you think if we gave him something in person and then he asked for sexual favors? He would give them. What the hell? This is a predator on another level. We cannot even understand. And he's wearing a Martin Luther. He better wear Malcolm X one. We know them. He also told us. The Democrats are like foxes, the other ones are lions. We know. You better find out. You better not step in Kenya. Right now, you better stay over there. And actually, I want that to be a wake up call for everybody in Africa. You see this man anywhere, you wake up and you tell them, do not listen to him, and if you see those teachers who are actually putting him on the street and in the school, you better tell them, you better not take our kids on the street to worship this white supremacy ideology you have in your class. We are done. We are the richest continent this planet has ever seen, and we are tired of that. We are tired of being exploited by people like this, who come with one face and then they present another one. We don't want that. My take.
Thank you very much, Sis Kibugi. Um, Sister Super Space, do you have anything you want to say in conclusion? Because I'll be ending the live any second now.
His next move is when he's no longer making any money, he's gonna go visit a country on the continent, get a few people to say, I'm sorry, forgive him, he's so sorry, we're all brothers and sisters, and we must forgive and love him. And then he go right back to the same thing. That's how they play the game. That's how they play the game. They do their dirt, and only when they start losing money, they're not losing money, they don't care. When they start losing money, they're like, I'm sorry, what I did, I wasn't supposed to, I was ignorant at the time. And then a few brothers and sisters by his side say, yes, he's a good person, he made mistake, we should forgive. God
And
would
then
want us
that's
to
that line.
forgive.
We all make mistakes. Who haven't made a mistake in this life? I've
Actually,
not
you
made
have to
any.
pay attention of how they describe themselves. They describe themselves as human being, humankind.
Mm.
They describe themselves like that. Human being, humankind. So it's not just plain human. The human being and humankind, that tells you something. So take a note of that. That's how they describe themselves. That's why they can do massacres all they want in Congo. Hey. That's why they can do the massacres they're doing in Sudan. Hey. That's why they can do the massacres they're doing right now in Palestine. Hey. And you think you're special.
Eh.
If they don't get that diamond by free will, they will get it to you via the massacres.
Exactly.
So it's just a matter of waiting. We're not going to wait for them to do that to us. We need to wake up. And we know his face. So he better wake up. And I'm telling you, Isa is doing a good job. And I hope everybody follows him after the chat. If you don't follow him, go to his page. I think Sister Eva, who does a good job of telling us what's going on, you better follow him. And this Neanderthal bloodline.
Thank
Hey,
you
you
very
are
much, Sis.
saying.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Sister
you.
Superface.
Thank you so much.
Um, yeah. At this point, I'm going to be ending the live now. This was fun. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to everyone who joined the live. So I will catch you guys in the next one. The next live I'm going to be having is on GMO because that's a conversation we need to have. The GMOs, they are here.
Yes.
These
Yes,
are the
we
same
need.
brothers
Yes, we need that
they're
one.
bringing civilization on a platter, and then they're bringing GMOs on a platter again. I'm
Oh my
telling you, you
God.
need to get them out. I don't
See,
know.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
goodness. You have no idea I need to know when you're gonna do that live, because when I hear that Ethiopia accepted that, my blood
Nigeria
was boiling.
accepted.
But
Oh, I
I don't
had that
know
on the news, and I
how.
was like, 200 million Nigerian citizens. Oh my good lord! It's like it's Boko Haram is not enough. It's like you bring GMO on top of it. What do you?
Let me tell you something. Let me just listen to this.
We can hear you.
Big agro, what they did to a farmer in the state, they planted GMO beside his farm. And during a period of the season of harvesting, some of the seeds of the GMO plant got onto his farm, and they claim ownership of his farm. And they tell him all the seeds he has been collecting, his grandfather has been collecting for hundreds of years, he had to burn every one of them. So what
It's the
happened
same
is,
thing they're doing with climate change. Climate change. Oh, give us your farm so it helps with the climate change. That's how they've been stealing our lands. And
exactly.
then now they have the GMO seeds. If you plant anything apart from the GMO seeds, you become legally.
legally.
And
Legally offensive.
with the GMO, they are using it to get rid of all the natural
Ah,
seeds in the
that's my
market.
second point. That's my
That's
second
what they are
point.
doing.
When the GMO plant pollinize with the indigenous plant, they could lay claim to the indigenous crops and plants of Africa.
No,
They
because
now own them.
there's one thing
They
that they
now own
actually don't
them.
acknowledge with the GMO. I've lived in the West, so I know what they can grow. They cannot grow anything. You hear me? They cannot
How are
grow
they gonna go?
anything.
But you
They
have
cannot grow
natural
rice.
plants.
They cannot grow all these things. So how did they come up with these GMOs that they can sell to us? They have not. They cannot grow them. So they're selling us things that they themselves cannot grow because their weather is so bad, they cannot grow them.
I think this thing they are doing with GMO is to control food.
It's in abundance.
They
It
want
doesn't
to
make
they want
sense.
to control food,
Here
and they
in the
want to be
West,
able to
we
control
want
what we are
organic
doing.
food. We want, if you don't grow it yourself, it's not organic. That's just it. But now the place the GMO plant
I think something is happening with Super Space's internet.
Yeah, I hope we also put a stop to that because this is a game they've been playing. What they do is they force us
can
through
feed the
the
world.
IMF and the World
Why
Bank,
do
and then
they
they force
need
us to grow crops
GMO
that we
food?
cannot
Nothing
eat.
is
We
wrong
have
with
to
what's growing
export.
on the planet.
So it's the same thing that now they
Nothing
are
is
now
wrong.
expanding.
It's vital. It's full of nutrient. The soil is rich. Why are you replacing what you have that is good already with something that was made in a lab? I don't. What are you not understanding? That it does not make sense. The
They are
continent is
trying to
rich. The soil is rich. The food is full of nourishing elements. Why would you replace it with something that is not?
Oh, now they're
Unless
very
there's an
scared
agenda.
because they're very
But
scared because the
who am
population
I?
of
I don't know
Africa
anything.
before they implanted themselves and took our people as slaves, and then they left us there.
That's what it
We were
is.
just multiplying like another thing. I'm gonna tell you something that was told to
Hello?
me. Colonizers have a deficiency; they cannot
there is
reproduce.
definitely there
They
is
cannot
definitely
reproduce. That's what they're worried about. They cannot reproduce enough, so they have to starve us via food, and that's how they do it. They do it via resources. They do it via poverty that we are seeing already, and then they also are now doing it with food. So we cannot reproduce because even their own mapping by 2050 we should have doubled our age, and they are scared of that. And you can see in Kenya, the Gen Z, the 28-year-olds going downwards, they've said no to this IMF shit. So they don't want that. So they need to suppress the population completely. So they don't know how to do that. Right now, they're forcing our hands behind our back with the food. And that's how, so we need to produce in Ghana more cocoa. We need to produce more coffee. We need to produce more tea, things that they can export. How did the British become a tea drinking people if they did not have that? They don't even have any plantation of tea. None, none, none. They started with India and then they came to Kenya and then So that's what they're doing. So right now they need to produce things that they can consume. The 15% of the world is controlling us, and we, the African people, are like foolish and following them. We need to say no at some point. And this is the information age. I'm very happy I was able to see this. We, the African people, need to change the narrative. Not only tell our stories, but also tell our stories via our food and via our things. We need to do that. We need to dominate ourselves with things that benefit us because they are nothing if they have that. They cannot produce nada. Nothing. Nothing. They cannot produce rice, they cannot produce maize, they cannot produce anything they eat here. When I go to the supermarket, I see it, they cannot produce none of that. So let them stay in their place. And this stupid idiot going to Sierra Leone. I have friends from Sierra Leone who ran away because of the war. I know that. So they cause chaos there, and then they come with their stupid placards, and then they make a 1940s video live again. What the hell? And then we allow it? No, we need these teachers also to be retrained if they're allowing their students to do that. We need our teachers retrained so they never allow a white person to come and stop a whole session of learning so that we can accommodate this white person. What does he bring? He doesn't bring anything. He brings exploitation. I saw the video of that guy, of the guys mining, all of them skinny. I never saw a fat person running over there. All of them skinny. We need to get them out. And I'm happy Isa is doing it, and I hope everybody goes and finds his page. Yeah, he whatever they call him, he's our bum. We love him. He's our bum. So we better go find him, follow him on his page, and make sure we are the bum in behind them, telling them to get out. Your fucking time is tired out. Get out. No more red carpets for you ever again in our soil. We need to reclaim our soil again through our people, through our children, through our education. We need to get them out. That's it. We need to get them out. And I'm happy we found him. He's a jeweler where we need to find him. Who is he? He's a nobody anywhere. Find him. And I'm hoping he steps in Kenya. We find him real quick. I hope.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Even though we dabbled into GMO for a quick second there. Thank you very much, Sister Super Pace. This was very nice. As per the what's it called? GMO live. I think I was supposed to do it this weekend, but it was scheduled.
There's someone, Dareen. Can you put up his Instagram page so people can find him? Because I want them to find him so that Isa is not alone. Somebody asked in the comment section what is his full name, so you can put up his page, and then we see.
Okay,
Maybe
I
it will be in the
don't
comment
know
section.
his full name. I don't know his full name, but
No, but
his
his Instagram page.
handle. Okay, I don't know his Instagram page, but I think maybe from TikTok you can find him. But his name on TikTok is
I think he's
Trax.
super scam or something like that. I don't know. But he called him and then he took the name, and I'm happy. And I'm telling you, he told him the facts. He will never, be
Okay,
richer
but
than
people
him,
are looking
like
for him.
his father was. So he can scam all he wants. So he's not afraid of these scam banks who actually are retracing 1930s, 1940s pictures of them throwing shit. Oh, that pissed me off quick. Of him throwing things off and Africans going and getting them. I hate that picture. It's like you are the poorest people I've ever come across, but you always portray yourself as the richest. And by doing these kind of things, and we need to stop our teachers from doing that, from
Thank you very much.
endangering our children.
Is there a lag, or is it just me? Anyways, okay. Sis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
For his handle on TikTok is Trax TRAXNYC. That's his handle for those who wants to go there. But on that note, though, we've come to the end of the conversation. I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Sister Kibugi. Thank you, Super Pace. Thanks to everyone. The GMO Live, I'm going to have it next weekend. So I'm thinking Saturday for that one. So if you are interested in our conversation, 6 p.m. West African time, that's when I'm going to have that. So
No,
that's
thank
it.
you so much. I appreciate your talks. You talk so much about so much that's happening, and I'm very happy for that. And I'm happy you brought up this subject because this is not the talking, this is the doing. We need to find out where these people are hiding, and then we get them. So we at least got one. We're gonna get him, and we support Isa on his work on
Mm.
try and find out what he's doing. He's never gonna have peace in
And for those
anywhere.
who, I think
The African territory concerns him. He's not, we need to make sure he doesn't have peace
okay.
stealing from us. He should not have peace stealing from us. I'm happy about that.
Thank you very much, Six. For those wondering, I'm going to be linking Isa's TikTok in the description after I end this live. But that's it. We've come to the end. Again, if there's any updates, I would make sure to bring it on here as well. But so far, this is where we are at with the entire thing on TikTok. So yeah,
And
we've come to the
go support the brother if you can. If you can, go support the brother, and he's doing real work.
sure.
And he's a Pan Africanist, and he got a target. We need to target it more. Again, I
Mm.
repeat, we need to target
Thank you
it
very much
more
for
because we
adding
don't want
that.
these people in our continent.
Yeah. Thank you very much for adding that, Kibugi. That's very valid. So yeah, on that note, I'm saying bye bye. Catch you next time. And do have a very lovely weekend. Have fun and stay blessed and be safe. Bye everyone. Bye everyone in the chat. Bye Sis Kibugi. Bye Super Pace. Next time.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. Bye.